Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Steel Toe Morning Show. I'm Aaron. That's April.
Good morning.
We are busy this morning. I don't know if you guys know. Oh, this makes me feel so much better. It's like a nice distraction.
I know.
It's like somebody just going to, you know, when you're a kid and you hate the doctor and you hate the dentist and you know all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so, somebody will be distracting the little kid. They go while they get a shot.
Yeah.
That's what this show is right now. It's an adult just going, and I go, oh, wonderful.
It's like taking Gordy to the vet for his shots and they give him Cheese Whiz and treats while they shoot him up.
That's exactly what it is. You may recognize from the title of the episode today, I am having just for the last, I think it would be a year in October, or would it be 2 years in October?
I have lost track.
I don't know, but it might be a year in October. It might be 2 years in October. I have had this one fucking tooth. It's just, it's up here. It's not that far back. It's about halfway back. And I have been having just a hell of a time with this dentist, with this tooth, the whole thing. They've been putting a filling in there, and the filling will be, if I don't have the filling, it definitely feels like I've got a nerve exposed, and I've got some exposed wiring, if you will.
Yeah.
And without that filling, it just fucking hurt. And the reason I know it's not like cavities, plaque, anything like that, because I'm sandblasting this motherfucker on a daily basis with water picks and everything else, and it's that dull, thudding pain. People know what that's dull, thudding nerve pain is, and that's what this is. And they probably put, I think would this be the third or fourth filling they've put on this?
I think the third.
Okay, so this would be the third filling that they've put on this tooth. And it gives me relief for about a month or two, and then it'll crack or a piece of it'll come off, or, I'll feel a crunch while I'm eating or something like that. And sometimes when you feel a crunch while you're eating, you're like, oh, maybe it was something in the food I'm eating. So you just kind of play it off. And about a month and a half ago, I heard a crunch.
Yes, I remember.
And I thought, you know what? Fuck it. It's, you think the best, because I've had so much hell with this tooth that I said, you know what? It was food.
I was supposed to feel that.
Something grainy or something crunchy, whatever. And this week, that dull pain has come back. And when that dull pain comes back, it's just literally right after a meal's over. It's right to the water pick. It's the mouthwash. It's the salt water. It's the whole thing. I've been doing that this week, and the goal was get through vacation, get through the trip, and then go back in and whatever. I woke up this morning, and the pain was so intense that I went, fuck it. We're going to get in this morning whenever we can. I'm going to give him a couple hours to go to work on the homes here with a pair of pliers and a blowtorch. And as long as I could eat at, what's our reservation, 10 o'clock Central Time?
Yes.
It's 8 o'clock out there. As long as I can sit down and have dinner tonight, let's drill, let's hammer, let's pull, let's yank, let's fuck everything about this tooth, as long as you have two time limits. 12:15, I got to leave for the airport. 10 o'clock our time. 10 o'clock here, I have a lovely little reservation I'd like to get to. Those are your only two things. Do whatever you need to this tooth, as long as I can sit down and chew food by 10 o'clock. So I feel like I feel like the time window we're getting here is not the worst case scenario. Put it that way.
It got close to it.
The only problem is there is a small window that they could get us in at 10:15, and if they're like, look, it'll take us an hour, we'll be like, okay, cool, we can do a show. We'll do the whole thing. But if they do call this morning, because we've already put a call in there, and April's going to walk away from the show at about 7:15, whatever, and try to get me in. If they do call and I can get in at a certain time, we're going to stop the show about 15 minutes before that appointment, and we're going to get out of here. Our dentist is like 5-10 minutes down the road.
Yep.
So we'll call them, I'll be honest. The way I'm feeling right now as the show starts, I'd love to do a full show today.
Of course.
And then get there, and if it only takes a half hour, an hour, that to me, that's best case scenario. But if they call at 8, or if they say we've got time at like 8, 9 o'clock today, I will cut the show a little early, and I'll go in at 8, 9 o'clock. And who knows, if they get me done and I'm here before 10 o'clock, maybe we come back on, finish things up.
That's a good point.
But
yep. The way he was this morning, I've made 2 emergency phone calls already. He needs to go whenever he can.
Yeah, it was a nightmare this morning, and I want to be able to enjoy the trip. We booked this as I forgot this. We booked this for our anniversary, but it's actually a Christmas and anniversary gift. We booked this trip as a Christmas gift to each other. I don't know if any of you guys do that. I actually prefer that. Like, instead of getting each other Christmas presents, we just take whatever we would have spent on each other and we buy something together for Christmas. So we bought this trip for Christmas and anniversary. Like, we combined our Christmas and anniversary gift to do this trip. And I just want to make sure that everything is shipshape, everything is good for when we leave today. I'm actually one of those guys who doesn't hate the airport. I like the airport.
I don't feel either way about the airport.
I like sitting down and, you get, it's like you have an adult excuse to be a degenerate in public. Like, you can sit there in basketball shorts and drink at a bar until you get on a plane. I mean, I kind of like that. We're going in the poor person's terminal, though.
Yeah.
I like
the best.
I like the rich people's terminal. I'll give you this. The poor people's terminal is a little less crowded. I like that. It's a little more chill.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little more chill. But, if you fly Delta, you get the rich people's terminal with all the shops and all the cool shit and everything else. We're flying Sun Country Airlines, which it's your middle between Delta and Spirit.
I'd say right down the middle.
The people on Sun Country are wonderful. Wonderful people on Sun Country Airlines. It's just, a little less comfortable seats and a little less room.
A little tight.
What do you do? Red Panda says, yeah, yell at people getting off the plane. Wow, Red Panda, that sounds like a great time. I never thought of that. Yeah, just sit there at the bar and scream at people as they're getting off their flight.
Until they don't let you on yours.
Welcome to Minnesota, you motherfucker. Land of 10,000, suck my dicks.
I do like the people watching at airports. That's my favorite.
It's all right. Yeah. I can't get my shoe shined because apparently they kicked out all the black shoe shine people.
I know.
All the black shoe shiners, they kicked them out of a goddamn job.
Now, why would you do that?
Because they're a bunch of racists. That's
bigots.
That's why. Then we'll get into McCarran. And since it's
I like McCarran.
I love McCarran. McCarran's a lovely airport.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Do we get a poor person's terminal there, or are there?
I don't.
Or are
recall.
we just in McCarran?
I think it's just McCarran, kind of, but they have slot machines there, so that's fine.
They have McCarran and Harry Reid International Airport, and I think it's the same place. So that might be their Terminal 1, Terminal 2. We always fly into McCarran, so I don't know if that's the poor person's airport in Las Vegas and Harry Reid's the rich person's. I have no idea, but I like going to the nice poor person's terminal.
I like
sitting down at the bar and drinking a bit.
Yeah. I like the feeling of you're flying into Vegas and you start seeing the Strip. You can see the Rio from the air and stuff, and it just kind of starts showing up. Palace Station's right there.
Nobody should be excited to see the Rio.
I'm just saying, like, as soon as you can start seeing the individual ones, then suddenly the whole thing shows up. It's so fun.
So look, we're very excited today. I just got here's how I always view life. You ask April. I'm a sunny side kind of guy. But so when it comes to this tooth, I needed like 5 minutes this morning to have a full-on breakdown about it because it's frustrating. And then after that, it's what do I always say? Now it's solution time.
That's how I feel. I'm feeling stressed because I got to get you in there for the both of us at this point. Yeah. I don't want to have Aaron crying every morning, literally. Like that is awful.
I am like one less octave, like doing this right now. I'm one less octave of pain away while I do the show from going, I could handle this for the weekend.
Yeah, you always say that, but that's why we're in the position of scheduling morning of a vacation flight day.
This is accurate.
I've squirted this whole bottle of Orajel in his mouth this morning, and it did nothing for him.
It was like, I always, when things like that happen, I always think about that scene from Armageddon, where they talk about, why don't we just blast 400 nukes at this thing and blast it out of the sky? Right. And then Billy Bob Thornton goes, that's like shooting a BB gun at a freight train, Doc.
Yeah.
And that's what that's what the Orajel was. It was BB gun meat freight train.
I think we need to yank your whole tooth. You just need a new mouth.
I don't think you know what we should probably do? Root canal it and cap it.
Yeah. You do. In fairness, you've always said you do have bad teeth. You've got severely
terrible
bad
teeth.
enamel.
My dad has terrible teeth.
The kids do.
The kids have terrible teeth. I mean, it's just I feel
for you, man.
I've got soft, shitty teeth, and they break.
I've never been that way. Obviously, I've had braces and everything. I don't have an issue with dentists. I can't imagine.
I'm worried it's all a Jewish conspiracy, dentistry.
Well, you are Jewish.
Sir K says, hey, boss, did you know that overbrushing and flossing can be worse for your health than underbrushing? Thanks.
I was wondering that. Like you said.
Now he tells me.
Think about it. You said you sandblast the shit out of them, which you totally do.
Yeah.
After you eat and everything. What if you're like really getting in there, like blasting shit out?
It's a possibility. I've thought about it. But also, it's very important to note, I don't brush when I do all that stuff. Like I brush my teeth in the morning. I brush my teeth at night sometimes. I don't brush enough. But no, I go in there. I'm water picking. After every meal. It's water pick.
You leave the remnants in the sink.
And I do set my water pick at the 9 out of 10. So
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe a little sandblasting is not what the doctor ordered. I don't know.
You blasted the filling right out of there.
I just blew that thing right off the hinges.
I've always worried, like, he's got the worst. Basically, what his family's gene pool is like bad enamel. It's soft enamel. So I worry that his teeth sometimes can't hold a filling. So, yeah, what if you actually just blast the filling out of there?
That's a good point. And then when I chew food, there was a fracture, and it's just...
Or he does this thing sometimes in his sleep. You clank your teeth 3 times as you're falling asleep. I don't know.
When I get tense, too, I can feel myself kind of biting down a little. I'm like,
when you make this face?
That. Yeah. Stoney's Cheetos with $10 in Super Chat. Thank you very much. He says, it's our anniversary. Here's $10. You're not supposed to give us $10 on your anniversary.
I saw him yesterday, I think. He was on his motorcycle in...
His what?
His motorcycle.
You said motorcycle again.
I saw him on his motorcycle in St. Cloud.
Tomorrow is the official anniversary. It's our 1 year wedding anniversary tomorrow. So we're going to our favorite restaurant tomorrow. We're going to see Penn and Teller tomorrow night for our anniversary. We're going to Lake Mead tomorrow to find some dead bodies.
I'm very excited about Lake Mead.
That's very exciting. I don't know. I'm telling you right now, I don't know if gambling is in our future tomorrow.
Dude, tomorrow I think is going to be a true test of like us being in a new time zone because we are busy as shit.
And being old.
And we're old.
Yeah.
And we're going to be up really late, like compared to Minnesota time.
Guys, check this out. The Penn and Teller show is going to get over at 10:30 Pacific time. That's 12:30 here. So tomorrow we might be up, and then there's a meet and greet after. Tomorrow we might be up past 1 a.m. our time.
Whoa.
I mean, 11 o'clock there, but.
The latest I think we've been up recently was right after the softball thing the other day. I think I was.
Anniversary show. We were up a little later at the anniversary.
Okay.
I think we got home like 1 something.
We did, about 1:45.
Yeah. So there's that. All right, let's go in the chat. Like I said, we're going to fuck around a little bit today. It's our last day before vacation. We may have to end up leaving you early. So in honor of, I always believe if you give good service, you get good treatment from the people who support you. But if you're giving people bad service, you can't ask them for the same level of cost if you were. Labor costs today, way down. So therefore, no goal today. I cannot commit to overtime either, so we're not going to have a goal today. We're good. Thank you very much for the wonderful evening shows, the morning shows, everything else. We got the links in the chat. If you want to do PayPal, if you want to do Super Chats, if you want to do that, I will I'm a piece of shit. I'll never stop you. But no goal today, no asks, no none of that shit. It's all up to you. We're just going to have some fun. I got a lot of shit to talk about, a lot of funny stuff to get to during today's show, as long as it lasts. But there's definitely going to be a dentist appointment. I would say 90% chance a dentist appointment cuts today's show short.
Yeah, and that's just how it had to be. No offense, you waited this long. So
I did wait a long time.
It's just what happens.
Mommy can stay on the show while Daddy gets updates via phone while at the dentist office, says Gordy. You know what I will promise you? I will promise you a phone live stream after the appointment.
Yeah, maybe even we check in later in Vegas for like a few minutes or something.
Look, I can't promise that.
That's not a promise, but it could be cool.
Al says, in January, I flew with Delta, and there was this super fat person next to me, and I complained because he took the whole armrest. You know, that's fucking ballsy to complain about the fat while he's right next to you. I respect that a lot, Al. That's a hustle move right there.
Hey, babe, what happened to you last year on our way home?
I'll tell that story in a second. They sat me next to a tattooed female, and I asked if I could go back. Oh, Al saying that you're more annoying than a giant fat person.
Well, you know what? I'll get it scraped off while I'm on vacation.
MN Viking says, do you guys plan on streaming in Vegas? Have a great trip. I don't want to stream in Vegas just because I don't want to mix the work vacation thing. However, there are definitely videos we could take while we're there if there's something fun happening, and we could post them up later.
Very fun idea if we are at Lake Mead and something's going down over there. That would be fun.
Look, I will promise you this. We will live stream any dead bodies we find. If we find dead bodies in Lake Mead, we will live stream it for you. Otherwise, I'm not against taking a couple videos, popping them up there before bed. But
that to me is a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not. But, you know, that's only if I'm not going to sit there and waste your guys' time by going, oh, look, the strip.
Yeah, if there's something cool going on, we'll see.
Look, I'll tell you this. If that homeless guy is back digging through the garbage saying he's looking for meat that was thrown away to deep freeze, I'll film that guy.
Yeah. Thank you for the well wishes.
That's almost streamable.
That is almost streamable. You just got to keep your distance so he's not on to us, so he doesn't
where you got to hang out? Park MGM, Excalibur.
The walkway.
That's where
you have
to
look down on them at the garbage.
So on the south end of the strip, it's the MGM properties. On the north end of the strip, it's the Caesars properties, okay? You got to hang out by the MGM properties. That's where all the garbage is. What's the cutoff for the MGM properties? It's Bellagio, right?
I do believe so.
And then after that, Caesars takes over with Flamingo and Link and all of that shit.
We are forgetting the whole Strat area. There's a lot of garbage over there.
I tend not to go by the Strat area.
It's a little stabby.
As you were. MN Vikings. Oh, I just read that one, you fucking idiot, Aaron. You need to go to Walmart's dental and auto care. Balls and Wieners saying poor genetics. My only problem, I don't want to cop to that because when you guys start saying things like poor genetics, you start getting into should I be sent to a camp somewhere? And I don't want to get into that this morning.
His teeth are fickle.
I have some fickle teeth, as it were.
Do people know that your front ones are fake?
Yeah, he's got knocked out in a basketball game.
He has no luck with his mouth.
Yeah. My mouth is a bag of shit.
Basically.
Never had a dick in it, though. Whether you see that as a positive or a negative, I guess that's up to you. But I've never had a dick in my mouth.
What is your idea of fun?
Right in the asshole.
We could change that on vacation.
Oh, yay. Only if it's Penn Jillette.
I was going to say they can bring you up on stage and magically make one appear.
Why would you put a cock in my mouth during your magic show? Fact You says, get fluoride-free toothpaste and water. I had cavities all the time as a kid. Haven't had one in 14 years. That's interesting.
Fluoride-free? I thought fluoride's supposed to.
I've heard fluoride's bad.
I've heard fluoride's bad for your health, but it's supposed to prevent cavities. So what are we doing here, guys?
No clue. Roachbait says, oh my God, Orajel is the worst thing to use on your teeth. Well, thanks a lot, April. He says tequila would help more.
This was literally just like a Hail Mary thing because he's literally tears this morning. You were crying, were you not?
No, I'm not a homosexual. I was very frustrated, and my voice definitely broke a few times, but I did not shed tears. I was frustrated.
I know it was bad enough. I called a dentist at 4-something this morning.
Yes, wake their ass out of bed. Good old JR says, just start drinking when you start vacation and don't stop until you get home. I bet you won't even think about your tooth. I know. I don't want to risk it. I'd rather just have it drilled out and fixed.
I don't need Aaron waking up like hungover with a toothache. That's not a good idea.
Roachbait says you are literally blowing the enamel off your teeth.
What if you are? What if you're literally sandblasting like you said? It's just gone now.
It's a distinct possibility.
You're washing your hope down the drain.
Thank you very much to One More for the Road with $6.66. Says put it all on black. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
The Mood with $5 says enjoy the trip. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't worry. Any money you give this show is not going to Las Vegas. It is going to Steel Toe Media Incorporated. It is not going to be bet on items. unless that $20 that just came in is still around at the end of the year.
It'll get to Vegas down the river somehow.
Yeah, if it's still here at the end of the year, it'll go to the tax man.
We're going to start just like setting up our business mailing in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
it actually does go there.
No state taxes. Perfect.
Yeah.
Citizen M says, April, if you run into a group of street musicians on the strip, have them play that song that reminds Aaron of your relationship. To the window, to the wall. Thank you, Thermodyne Diesel, for the $10 super chat.
Thanks.
Very much appreciated. Sir K says, Sir K here to talk about how amazing the VIP package is. In addition to shirts, stickers, and hoodies, you also get free armbands and can make your own cloak.
Stop giving away the secrets.
I can't stop anybody from making a cloak, but we do not give it to you.
Renaissance Festival's coming up. Could be fun.
Yeah. Balls and Wiener says, post another nude of April to your snapshot before you take off. Look, it was a mistake.
That was dicey, man.
It was a mistake. One more for the road says, even a 10-minute stretch of the strip is an hour of content processed properly. You're not wrong.
That's true.
In addition, you get a link to April's OnlyFans with the dick pics. Wait a minute. Okay, now I'm multiple times confused.
They're my dick pics.
Hulkamash says, are we going to get new high/drunk April videos again?
That was also... No, you can stop right there. I know exactly where you're going.
That you're embarrassed now?
Oh, yeah. That was definitely just me being drunk and stupid.
We thought it was her being high.
No, I was just really drunk.
The vape pens they sell you at dispensaries on the strip have no THC in them.
Yeah.
So she was not high.
Just drunk.
It's like that Adam Sandler sketch on one of his CDs where he goes, oh, man, I'm so wasted. And the guy's like, yeah, that bag I gave you, those were pencil shavings.
Oh, you dickbag.
You
do expose the shit out of me in Las Vegas. What is wrong with you?
Well, you try to expose the shit out of me on this program. I take you back.
I'm having fun.
Al says, I love that April said, show me the Eiffel Tower, and Aaron takes her to Las Vegas. Right. I mean, what are you going to do? Fly across the ocean? It's dangerous.
It is 1/3 the size, I believe, right? To scale.
Really?
I think it's
That's
1/3.
how fucking big the real Eiffel Tower is. It's 3 times as big as
Why
that.
do you think anyone goes to see it?
I just thought it was cool looking.
No, this one's only cool in Vegas because it's lit up.
Knock on wood, never had a cavity, 28 years old. Now you're going to get your teeth smashed in with a baseball bat for saying that.
I think I've had like 3 over the course of my life, in adult teeth.
Tom's on Main is great fluoride-free toothpaste. Kitty B says baking soda is best to brush your teeth. Chris says, as British assumed, worst teeth, but no, we have some of the best. All right, Mr. Defensive. Jeez. Veldrain says H3 tried to roast ABBA and Preach and failed beautifully to do so. I don't know who those guys are. Are those the Fresh and Fit guys? They sound...
I actually don't know who they are either.
They sound African. Do cocaine the whole trip and your face will stay numb, says Balls and Wiener. Hey, just rub a little. Hey, we never thought of that. Just rub a little.
Maybe a little fentanyl right into your gum line?
Oh, no, it's up here. Rub a little fentanyl right up there. That's the way.
You're very inconsistent with pointing that thing out.
I am.
I feel like it coated your whole jawline in Orajel.
Well, because it's up a lot further than I thought. It's like right here. I always keep thinking it's back here. This is a really good way to broadcast, by the way, is shove your fingers right in your fucking mouth and talk to people. Are you guys doing any booger sugar or any other party drugs? Well, we're not 63 years old, so we will not say booger sugar, but... No, I do not plan. If you're wondering, I do not plan on doing any cocaine while we're out there. I know, party pooper.
Am I the only one who gets nervous, like at the thought of finding drugs from someone you don't know?
Yeah, I don't want
to
buy drugs from anyone I don't know.
I feel like if I get drugs from a reliable source, I feel better.
Brian Stelter,
right?
Reliable sources.
Ew.
April probably could moonlight at the Tao and pay for next year's trip too, says one more for the road.
Place looks fun.
Triple N says, not according to the big book of British smiles. Bone Cold Fleas Austin says, just be like old George Washington. Brush with crushed up bricks like a true-blooded American. It's a good point.
Or just rip all your teeth out and put wooden ones in like George Washington.
ABBA and Preach do commentary. They are okay. Okay, I didn't know who they were. Bowtie says, are you going to see the Prince show? No, I'm not big on shows. I get nervous about shows. I worry that while I'm watching a show, there's other shit I could be doing. So It's we're doing Penn and Teller. If April wants to pick one and we do one while we're out there, that's fine. But otherwise, we got lots of other shit to do.
We're pretty busy.
It's a busy town.
Believe it or not, I'd like a little bit of downtime on vacation to just relax between food reservations.
Adam says, do you think you would have Cog back on the show? That was entertaining as hell. Also, April looks stunning. I would have Cog back on. Yeah, I'd have Carl back on. Cog, Rich, I'd have him back on.
They've all been pretty great, except one maybe, but it wasn't the worst.
It wasn't the worst, but I would not wait another week of rescheduling to talk to that gentleman again.
Is there anything worse than rescheduling?
Rescheduling and then have the guy be shit-hammered drunk by the time he leaves the show?
Maybe.
Quit Begging says, at least if you post a nude of April this year, you won't be arrested for child porn. Oh, there you go. Yeah. That's a great point. All right, guys, let's jump into some things here because, again, I don't know. I'm not really sure when the show's going to end today. It kind of all depends on when I can get in and, have my tooth taken care of. So let's get into some stuff. I know April's got to, she's got to step away in about 45 minutes or so.
Unless they call me first.
Unless they call her first. There was a really good tweet I saw this morning that I wanted to bring up on the show. Didn't plan to have it on today. But I've seen this guy on Joe Rogan once. I can't tell you what the fuck he does.
Okay.
But I know he talks and he says things. Hotep Jesus is a guy, was a guy, is a guy. I believe still continues to this day to be a guy.
Okay.
He tweeted something about the Andrew Tate thing that I thought was really interesting. And, it's sometimes when you have the position I do, it gets really hard to explain it to people because people are so naturally tribal that they want to, if they don't like someone, if something bad happens to that guy, no matter what it is, even if it conflicts with their code, they're happy about it and they celebrate it. I don't do that. I happen to go, hey, I may not like this guy, but I don't think I give a shit enough about him for him to be banned from everything. And I don't know if he's really done anything that other people haven't done to deserve being banned from everything.
I don't need him in trouble.
Right. Leave the fucking guy alone. Let him do his thing. He's got an audience and they want to hear his shit. Andrew Tate is kind of the latest guy in that world. He's been banned from now all the meta stuff, so Facebook and Instagram, no Twitter, no TikTok. But people say he wasn't on TikTok. Someone else ran that.
Okay.
And YouTube. He's gone. So he's got Twitch.
That's tough.
Basically. I thought they were kind of Alex Jones in him, like they were all getting together at once, all these companies, and going, we're gonna deperson him. He's done. He's finished. Hotep Jesus said, quote, every time they cancel someone for promoting masculinity, the next version gets more extreme. And that's kind of what I was screaming when the Andrew Tate thing happened, is you're gonna keep doing this. All you had to do was leave stupid Andrew Tate alone, let him say his dumb shit, and it would have just been whatever it is, Instead, what you've done is you've now made sure that there's going to be another guy later who's an even bigger problem than Andrew Tate, and we're just going to keep going through this cycle.
Well, yes, it's because they keep answering the cancellations you throw at everyone, so the rebellion is worse the next
that you
time.
get more, not desperation, extremism, if you will.
Yep.
He tweeted, Jordan Peterson became Andrew Tate, and the next version will be Tyler Durden. I don't know if we catch Tyler Durden straight from Andrew Tate, but I understand the sentiment. We might be getting close. But
the guy had a good point in this first line, at least.
Yeah, the next whenever you decide you're going to ban somebody, the next version's going to be far more terrible. Good news for those of you who have student loans. It looks like the Biden administration is coming out with a plan to pay back, to just grant you up to $10,000 off your student loans if you're an individual making less than $125 a year and couples making less than $250 a year. Up to $10,000 of student loan debt is going to be forgiven. Now, I had to tell April this yesterday also. Don't start getting your hopes up and like, oh my God, here it comes. Oh, my student loans are about to be done away with. They've got to come up with a plan. They've got to get somebody in Congress to present that plan. They've got to vote on it. They got to pass it. You can't just take hundreds of billions of dollars and just spend it. That's illegal. It's against the law.
He is really driving for it, though.
Well, I was thinking about this yesterday. It could save him for the midterms.
Yep.
Because if you get enough young people out there grateful that they got their student loans paid for, they'll turn out in droves to keep voting for your guys.
I think so. Where I kind of feel on it is I don't think this is good for our country, spending those billions and billions of dollars just canceling student loans. Like, again, that just seems like poor money management.
I'll tell you this. Nobody's happy about it.
No, I'm not happy about it, but if he's going to do it, do mine.
Of all the reactions I've seen to this, it's either this doesn't go far enough to canceling all debt, and what about the new students that are coming in? They get fucked. Why aren't there any grants for them? Then to the other side, which I tend to agree with more, which is, hey, come on. They signed on the dotted line.
Yep.
They agreed to take out this money. They can pay it the fuck back. Now, I also understand what a drag on the economy it is. I also understand how bad for inflation printing another $800 billion. Yeah, I mean, did we not learn this during the pandemic? You hand someone 10 grand, prices are going to go up somewhere else.
It's right. It's going to be bad for all of us. I'm not for this.
It's one of those things where we're not, a lot of the country is not mature enough to have this conversation because it's one of those dad has to dump cold water on everyone's weekend kind of conversations. Paying off student loans sounds great. There's a lot of people who love the idea and it's awesome. But there has to be a dad in the room that just goes, guys, we can't afford to do that. It's not right. We should have better priorities and we should be doing different things. Like, to me, if you're going to spend $800 billion and you're going, well, we're going to help young people, and it's not going towards fixing every problem with the VA and fixing every problem with all these young veterans who are having all kinds of problems. If you're going to skip over them to give a bunch of kids who didn't go serve 10 grand in free money, that feels a little bit like a slap in the face.
Yep, I agree. And for the people who just finished paying off their loans too, I feel bad for them. Yeah. If I had just finished paying off my loans, I'd be upset.
Yeah, it's
nobody's going to be happy.
Yeah, well, and then what if you're a new kid coming in, you're going to college this year, and you got to take out all those loans, and you don't get them forgiven.
Right, and now you're basically saying, oh, why not just hand me 10 grand to get me started, You're
paying off the taxi and just starting up the meter again. Mm-hmm. That's all you're doing. I don't think it's a good idea. I think there's going to be a lot of people happy about it. Once it happens, I think it's a bad idea for a country who's facing record inflation. We've got massive debt. And remember, every dollar our government borrows from the Federal Reserve now, the interest rates are much higher than they used to be.
Yep.
So that's going to raise our debt service payment every single year. But now we're getting into some nerdy shit. I don't know. It's not much more I can say about it other than, I don't know. I don't think this is a good idea. I also think student loans are fucking predatory as shit to begin with. You don't take an 18-year-old with no credit history, an 18-year-old with no concept, because they don't teach it in public schools, of budgets, of debt, of financing, anything like that. You don't teach them how to take out loans, how they're paid back.
Nope.
You send them a fucking check, and they buy some books and then go drink with the rest, and they think it's free money, and then when they get out of school and the bill comes due, they're panicking.
That's all I've seen. For me, I didn't get approved for a whole lot because my parents were married and had good jobs. And I don't know if you know this, but you don't get much for help in that case. But yeah, banks will just hand out these massive loans and students don't really think about it until after the fact.
Well, and again, the problem is the government, there's a law that you cannot discharge student loan debt during bankruptcy. So basically, the government guarantees this money to these schools. Mm-hmm. So the schools charge whatever the fuck they want. Yep. That's why tuition prices have gone up so high. Don't let them tell you different. The banks will write the check because they're like, well, we're getting paid no matter what happens.
It's coming.
So if I'm a banker, why wouldn't I write a sure thing loan?
Sure. Oh, you want to go to school for 200 grand over 4 years?
Sure. Sounds reasonable to me.
They really do, though.
What's that Florida state? You want $35,000 a year? All right, the check. So the banks and the universities are already working against you, and the weapon you have against them is an 18-year-old's intelligence on finance.
Yep.
It's a rigged fucking game. It is a rigged game 100%. It's one of those things where I know people see me as a certain way politically. This is definitely one of those issues that I'm kind of a bleeding heart liberal on, and that is the fact that people with very limited intelligence and experience, not intelligence, experience, in things like financing, we exploit the fuck out of those people.
On that same vein, like in general, I think people really put a lot of pressure on students directly out of high school to go to college.
Yeah,
and
four-year universities
no
especially.
idea what they're doing. All that was pumped into us a decade ago in high school. If you don't get through a 4-year, college degree, you're not going to make it.
Wait, are you telling me that the government schools instruct the children to go take out loans from private bankers to go to a big government university?
Yep.
Wow.
And it's always followed with, you're not going to make it. You won't get a good paying job if you don't do this.
I mean, it makes it sound like the government and the banks are in some kind of weird cahoots together.
It's weird, right?
It's very strange. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the forgiveness. I don't like the way they do student loan debt. I don't like the way they fuck over these kids. KF says, or just allow the debt to be discharged during bankruptcy. This is the most expensive and retarded option. Yeah,
It's bad.
The only problem, here's where I do understand not letting it be dislodged during bankruptcy. What's the asset you can repossess if someone doesn't pay their student loan? There's no asset. You could, if you made them pay it while they were going to school, you could argue that you could cancel their funding and they can't go to school anymore. But even that, I don't know.
Yeah, right. If somebody's got like $200,000 worth of college debt, what are you going to do? Repossess their house?
Yeah, right. Now,
you can't.
Also, before we get too far afield here, I'm also a capitalist. If a bank sees an 18-year-old who wants to go to college, that 18-year-old comes in, asks for a loan, and you give it to him, I have no problem with that. Is it a little predatory? Sure, but it's a private business and a person, they can do their interaction. I don't want the government getting in there and putting their hands on the scales for either side. And they absolutely put the hands on the scales in favor of the banks.
I think what we're kind of saying is people should be a little more educated before going into these things.
It's the best thing you can do.
But public schools don't teach you about that stuff.
They don't. And you almost feel like it's intentional.
Social things instead.
Hey, we can teach you how to chop your dick off and turn it into a weird vagina thing.
Isn't that fun?
But interest rates, we don't understand it. Sorry, guys.
Ugh.
Robert Miller says the people that were responsible and paid them back are screwed. The irresponsible ones that squandered their money, they are rewarded. Or just the people who got out of college recently. That's the other thing is they haven't really had to struggle with their student loans at all, and they're getting $10,000 of them paid back.
And lucky for me, like I'd been paying for quite a few years now, but like the COVID thing, when COVID lockdown started, for some reason they totally put an entire pause on making student loan payments for 2 years now. Over 2 years. So people haven't been paying either. And for me, I'm almost done with them. But
Biden also extended that for what he calls the last time until the end of the year. So I'm guessing he's thinking he's going to get this legislation done by then.
Sure.
And then
I feel like he's said that before, though.
Somebody did ask in the chat. They've asked it a couple of times, and I feel bad. I want to answer them. Great question. Yes, I suppose we could try to upload the Iowa show for like Saturday or Sunday morning while we're gone. It kind of just depends on time-wise, basically.
Yeah, see what we can shake out today.
Exactly. Yule Gibbons says our teachers basically laughed at those of us going to Harvard on the Hill, which was trade school, and praised kids going to 4-year colleges.
Yes.
Yeah, that seems intentional.
That did happen when I was there.
Toastmaster says they teach you how to be trans and to pass the standardized test, and that's about it. Hulkamasha baby, I say we give the money. I say we give people the money, but they have to make a video and sign saying they're a dumbass and they suck at life. Well, I think most people would take that trade. Coltrane says the responsible ones paid their payments back and are now expected to pay everyone else's off.
Right.
Yep. That's what I mean. Like, everybody's mad at this.
That's kind of how life goes, though. Like, you can keep your nose to the grindstone or your whole life. You're really working hard and shit, and life doesn't just reward you back. Like, there isn't some, like, esoteric thing.
I believe you got that saying wrong. I remember Ben Affleck in Good Will Hunting saying you need to keep your ear to the grindstone.
You know what? Many apologies.
Just kidding. No, he was a fucking idiot in that movie.
Okay.
You don't keep your... Why would you keep your ear to the grindstone? That doesn't make any sense. Grinch Girl says, don't be mad at the people that get the benefit from this. Be mad at the politicians.
Right.
Same with stimulus.
That is correct.
One more for the road says, I'd love to see full refunds for everyone who paid in, then dissolve the IRS and restructure our international treaties. A guy can dream, right? I sometimes dream of the IRS, CIA, FBI, and ATF all being put out of business. Just makes me happy to live in that fake world for a minute. That's all. Here we go again. 23 with a $5 super chat says, I missed the stimulus checks too by just a year. Super disappointing. Damn
That
it.
is frustrating. Like, stimulus checks did no one any good, really. But yeah, if you're the one who just watched everyone else getting hundreds and hundreds of free money every
Sucks
month,
a dick, man.
that
It really
does suck.
Thank you very much to Brian for a $20 PayPal contribution. Appreciate that, buddy. If you're just joining us today, there is no goal. We can't commit to overtime today. We're leaving for vacation, and now I had a dental emergency pop up here, so we're probably going to be taking off a little bit earlier today. So no goal. Don't worry about it. People are doing super chats and PayPals.
Yep.
If you're going to be that generous, I mean, shit. While we're tap dancing, you want to throw a couple bucks in the hat. I'm not going to be an asshole and say no. Thank you very much, whatever you decide to do. Otherwise, sit back, enjoy the program, but hit the like button. If you could hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, that would be very awesome.
Hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, and click the bell to get notifications.
Chico says, no shill today, ? I prefer to say panhandling, begging. I prefer those terms. Shilling, not really shilling, because I'm not really shilling for anyone else. I'm shilling for myself. So I would say desperate can rattling. Chico says, no grift. The boys at Mindceptor won't like this. Well, look, they've kind of given up on us anyway because we kind of annoyed the shit out of them, and they just kind of went, well, it's not working. So I don't know. I think the ship has kind of sailed on that anyway.
Is Mindceptor the same thing as Hipstar? I'm a little fuzzy.
They're
on
all
that.
kind of gay together.
Okay.
Yeah. They all have, they're kind of a dadless society.
That is a
over
good
there.
way to put it.
Oh, that bothered them, by the way. The no dad
Well,
thing.
I'm sure their father not coming back didn't bother.
Yeah,
or-
that's probably bothersome too.
It's bothersome.
They did not like the dad thing. That one struck a little too close to home. But I mean, it's written all over their faces. $5 from Fauci's Pangolin. Thank you very much. Triple N calling it busking. I'm okay. Busking's a good one too.
Can rattling.
Busking is probably the most accurate one. Performing, dancing for 4 hours, then for 5 minutes, passing a can around. Busking is a good one.
You're asking for tips.
Maybe more whatever churches do. Child fucking. That's not what. I mean, churches do that too, but I mean,
That was aggressive.
that was no. What I meant to say was, they pass the offering plate around. After they're done telling you you're going to hell for being gay. So we kind of do the same thing.
You Catholics make me feel like I missed out as a Lutheran. I didn't get any
on the
of
butt
that.
sex.
Yeah.
You wanted some anal when you were going to.
I don't know if I wanted it, but it still feels like I'm out of the club.
Well, here's the scary thing about being a Catholic kid.
Oh.
You don't know if you've been fucked. Because, no, this is a real thing. Because a lot of them don't know. Like, it comes back to them later. Like, your body protects you by, like, shutting down that memory.
Okay.
It's fucked up. People will go to therapy and they'll find out they got fucked in the butt.
How old are, like,
Either
the
that or
kids
it's a
that this is
Jewish
happening
mind
to?
trick. Sorry. Go
Is
ahead.
that the new Jedi mind tricks?
Yeah.
Okay.
You will remember that you were molested by a goy. What was your? I'm sorry, I stepped all over.
How
your point.
old are the kids that this happens to if you say that your body kind of just shuts down and protects you from it? Because I feel like the older you get, like you're going to remember it more.
Mid-30s. No, I'm just kidding.
So it's still happening.
I don't know because I haven't been molested or I haven't uncovered the memory that I've been molested.
I sometimes
no
think
idea.
you get a little testy and you might have something repressed.
You think so?
Sometimes.
Do you think it was a dick though, or do I kind of give off the
No.
vibe of more of like a finger in the butthole
I think there's a
kinda
couple
kid?
fingers.
Yeah, which is weird. Like, what are you getting out of that? Shoving your finger up my hiney hole. I don't really understand what the benefit is.
I
to
don't
you.
know.
Chico saying, Aaron, I've turned babyface to your side. Dude, welcome to the club. There's a shitload of people here who did that. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. See, isn't it a lot more fun to joke about the begging and the busking and have us in, hey, yeah, it's a good one. There you go. It's a lot more fun than just being angry all the time.
Yes.
Don't be angry all the time. Be fun. Talk about ass fingering with us. Mick Marshall says, I was too fat as a kid to get diddled despite growing up Catholic. Childhood obesity isn't always bad. Yeah, but what if you run into like a 72-year-old chubby chasing kind of a priest?
Do they have a type? Is there like typically a type that happens here?
Look, again, you're talking to a guy who's not molested as a kid, so I cannot speak with this on any authoritative level.
Why is it never little girls?
Ew.
You know what I mean? It's always boys.
That's gay as fuck.
I don't want this happening to anyone, but I have noticed, some are saying.
You're saying that it's sexist.
A little bit.
I hear you. Well, it's because they don't like girls in the church.
Oh.
No, I mean like being like altar boys and shit. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
If you didn't know
You
that
mean
the
like
Catholic
in the
Church was
church.
totally
Yes.
gay. Yeah, girls can't bring the candles. They can't do any of that shit because,
No robe wearing for the lady
Well,
folk.
I mean, honestly, I think I read in the Catholic charter, it's they're called cock blocks, is what the reason given was.
Ironically, somehow those robes block no cocks.
Buddy G says Gavin McInnes always said if you see a guy with tattoos all over his face, he got molested. I think that I'll put it this way: if you have tattoos on your face, and I bet you were molested, I've got a better than and I bet you were molested every time. I'd probably turn a profit on those bets.
Anything on BetUS for that?
I don't know if BetUS.com allows you to bet on a stranger's molestation record.
Okay, probably for the best.
Yeah, I think you probably run into some legal pitfalls doing something like that. Thank you very much to Aaron's Period Pill for $5. He says, Aaron, you're an escort. We pay for your time and don't get the benefits. I do a little nut gargling from time to time. Don't cut that out. It's not.
Why would you say that?
Not important. That's not a thing that anyone needs to be cutting out.
I do a little nut gargling.
They asked the president of the United States about people's criticism of his student loan plan, and he decided to speak, which is always fun.
Wow.
Yes, by the way, poop is lube. I did address this a second ago. If I have time today between the dentist and having to leave for the airport, I will put the Iowa show up for Saturday or Sunday. It's all a matter of when we can get this taken care of, and if we have to leave right from the dentist office or anything. That's basically where we're at.
We'll see.
Hulkamasha Baby says 30% of the altar boys got 50% of the anal. It's too bad. It's really too bad.
Makes me sad.
Pip also updating us that Mincy never got fired from Barstool. So he still got his job.
You know what I wanted to say last night when we were talking about that is I think when you're being terminated, they have to notify you that.
Yeah.
And all he did was put out a cunty tweet. So.
Yeah, I don't... Look, Dave Portnoy's like having a total meltdown over this whole Alex Stein thing, but if he would have honestly fired a guy, that's a nuclear meltdown.
Yes.
At that point. All right, let's... they're saying, I guess, Mincy's begging worked.
That's true.
It did. He really... Dude, that tweet was so sad. Anytime a fat guy's about to cry, it's really sad.
Oh.
Nothing sadder than blubbery cheeks bouncing up and down. And you can kind of hear him slap.
Just blubbering.
Yeah, fat guys crying.
They're already down on their luck because they're fat.
Yeah,
it just makes
they're
it
already kind of cunty about that. You know what? Since it's a vacation day and since we have a lot to talk about today. We have a lot going on, but since we're let's do this. Let's
send a voicemail. Press 2.
Here. Hey, Calpote. Good morning.
Morning, Matt. I'm going to be going to the state fair this morning. I'm just going on Como Avenue. How's it going?
Very, very good. It's wonderful. You're going to the state fair, so you're taking the day off. You're not going to be at the airport on the day we're going to the airport.
When are you going to the airport?
This morning at 1 something?
Where are you going?
Las Vegas.
Oh, where are you going to stay in Vegas?
Just, probably some gay sex.
Well, that's $20. Hey, go to Green Valley Ranch Casino. It's the Red Rock or Green Valley. They like locals. That's their station casinos. That's their.
All right.
They love that. That's a great pool. That's where we stay. It's a great pool. And obviously, you're not staying there. That's where I stay. I rent a car in the first place. But enjoy Vegas. I say you should have your party in Las Vegas. You should have your yearly party. I think more people would come to it. Would come. I think that arena. I think it'd be fun to have a party for your station.
So now you want me to push it west?
Well, yeah, but I'm just talking for your little reborn party. I'd have it in Reno or Vegas.
You wanted us to push it east. Now I'm pushing west.
Well, I got those shirts coming to your lovely wife there. Push it east, and my buy's always monetized.
All right.
Shirts have been ordered, and they're on the way.
All right. Thank you very much, Cowpote. Always good to talk to you, buddy. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Cowpote checking in this morning. I have some info for you guys. April just received a phone call. That would be my dentist that is calling. I love that she's my wife, co-host, employee, but then also secretary. That's makes me feel powerful. And I need to feel power over a woman because I'm very insecure. I could have let that one hang. Let's go ahead and play Joe Biden talking about the student loan forgiveness thing. I tell you what, guys, this guy's good. Oh, you guys want a good president. I mean, this Joe Biden guy, why does he always look lost? Every time I bring him up on this goddamn computer screen, he looks like he's looking for his keys. You know what? He always has that look like a guy who's got his sunglasses on his head and swears to God he can't find them. And he's looking all over. He's like, hey, goddamn glasses go. He's got his blue blockers on his stupid forehead. And then all of a sudden, oh, there they are. I think every press conference, they should start by taking his keys away from him. Just symbolically. Here's him getting grilled about the student loan bill. And here's him deftly evading said attacks.
Mr. President, is this unfair to people who paid their student loans or chose not to take out loans?
Is it fair to people who, in fact, do not own multi-billion-dollar businesses? If you want these guys to give them all a tax break, is that fair?
Did you guys catch that? Is this unfair to people who have already paid back their student loans? Is it fair to multi-billion-dollar corporations and they don't pay taxes? Is that fair? Like, what? You know what it reminds me of? Remember the Chappelle sketch where he's being interviewed as a juror for like the R. Kelly and Michael Jackson trials, and he's being very difficult with the prosecutors? It reminds me of that part where they go, what if they corroborated R. Kelly's story and that there were this, that, and the other thing? He goes, because some people are saying that they could identify his penis. And he goes, some people say cucumbers taste better pickled. The guy goes, what? Huh? That's who Joe Biden is. Like, you ask him a really good question that puts him on the ropes, and he should just start saying, some people say cucumbers taste better pickled. What, Mr. President? Huh? It's just, hey, I've got a really good question about student loans. Let me talk about billionaires and taxes. Why? Because I have dementia.
Loans.
Is it fair to people who, in fact, do not own multi-billion-dollar businesses? If you want these guys to give them all a tax break, is that fair? What do you think?
What about people who...
Like, I wish the media was a little more, like, I wish they treated him like they treated Trump, so that when he said something like that, they just went, sir, excuse me, follow-up question? What the fuck are you talking about? I just, seriously, I asked you a question, and then you went on as some kind of senile response that made no fucking sense at all. So, one more time. Already paid off the student loan debt. Not getting anything. Any thoughts? Hey, you ever see a manatee get chopped up by a boat motor? Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Mr. President, what about people who haven't incurred any student loan debt yet, and they're still going to have to pay their student loans back and not get this $10,000? Do you think that's fair? You think it's fair that I shit my pants before I can make it to the bathroom? What? Nothing. I don't. This guy is... That's a bad dodge even for a politician, I think. Garrett says, I'm impressed he can get any words out that fast, let alone manage to string together a half-coherent statement. I mean, in my opinion, you're being very generous on the half-coherent part, but that's fine. I'm not here. Hey, look, I ain't here to haggle. Dave Dowling says, donating banks get their cash. New students will be brainwashed by the money to vote Democrat no matter what for at least 4 elections. Yeah, I mean, this is 100% just taking taxpayer money and shitting the bed with it just so you can buy votes because you're going to get fucked up in the midterms. But hey, elections have consequences. Isn't that what they said? Mail-in elections have consequences. Trident 8 says, let's print more money when the inflation rate is at an all-time high. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Everybody on board with that? Oh, he's being sarcastic. as though that's a bad thing. John Sotera says, did you see the rant about going to his dad's car dealership? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. And I don't have that in the prep sheets today. I didn't know about that one. All right, let's switch gears a little bit here. They were asking Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, they were asking him about Dr. Fauci. And I will admit, while there's not a lot of meat in this next story, this was a pretty good soundbite. I mean, he announced that he's retiring in December. Fauci, not DeSantis. And, you know, there's people who still love that guy and think he's fucking medicine Jesus. You know, Dr. Fauci, medicine woman over there. And then there's the rest of us. Or then there's a bunch of people who still hate his fucking guts and they spit at the ground whenever his name is mentioned. And then there's the rest of us like me who are just like, look, the guy bent the country over and fucked it right in the asshole. There's nothing we can do about it. Just thank God he's gone and, you know, moving on, moving up, I suppose. But Ron DeSantis decided to share his thoughts about Dr. Anthony Fauci. And it's funny because every time I see one of these Ron DeSantis statements, I look at all of our Florida listeners and I go, come on, guys. You really think he's just staying governor of your state? You really think this guy's just going to win a re-election in Florida and just sit tight for 4 years? You're out of your fucking skulls. By the way, did you see Ron DeSantis is going to be running against another Republican? It's going to be 2 Republicans running for governor. You've got Ron DeSantis, and the guy who won the primary was Charlie Crist, who was, I believe, the former Republican governor of Florida who changed Democrat. So you got to feel good if you're the Democratic Party in Florida when 2 Republicans are running against each other. You can't elect Crist, though, by the way. Like, anybody who changes his parties like that just so he can win an election easier, that's a piece of shit. You want to stay away from that guy. But here's Ron DeSantis talking about Fauci.
And I'm just sick of seeing him. I know he says he's going to retire. Someone needs to grab that little elf and chuck him across the Potomac.
It's not usually how governors talk. You don't really usually hear governors calling people little elves and then chucking them into a river. Can we put them in a burlap bag first? I would have enjoyed that analogy, you know? By the way, running for fucking president. I'm sorry. Nothing about Dr. Fauci has anything to do with Florida or being the governor of Florida or anything like that. So let's stop pretending that your governor is staying there in any way, shape, or form. He's out. He's done. Toastmaster says that's how Trump got to be president. Yeah, Trump got to be president talking like that, but he lost the presidency by sucking Fauci's dick and doing exactly what he wanted him to do. So there is that. Matt Melt says, no, Aaron, that's how future presidents talk. LOL. Yeah. I mean, now, think about it. Didn't Biden during a debate tell Trump, like, oh, would you shut the hell up, man? Nobody talked like that when I was growing up in a presidential debate. Trump is there saying, like, we're going to build a wall and Mexico's going to pay for it. And then, like, I like people who don't get captured, like saying wild shit that you just don't talk about. And here's Ron DeSantis saying we should take this doctor and we should take this little elf and chuck him across a river. Like, you don't say shit like that. Except now, I guess we do. Now we do say shit like that. By the way, I got an email from Apple today, or from YouTube today. I know a lot of you guys have been talking about, like, oh, I have iOS and I can't become a member on the channel. There's no option for me to become a member when I'm watching the show on my iPhone. They are bringing that in. They are going to be revealing a membership option for iOS. So if you've ever wanted to support the show that way, that's coming pretty soon. Pretty soon. Did you guys hear about Capitol Records had this idea that, like, they had this rapper signed to their label, but he was an AI. He was just a robot. He got like 10 million TikTok followers, and they were going to have him start releasing albums. He was just a bot, and he was going to make rap songs, and they thought we'll make a whole lot of money out of this by basically like digital slavery. His name was Effin Mecca. He's an AI rapper with 10 million TikTok followers. However, effing Mecca has now been canceled because it's all racist. And I'm not making this up. They had an AI rapper named effing Mecca. He was going to start making albums. People were calling it digital blackface. That he was a rapper, but he didn't look right. He didn't look like a rapper should look. And it was appropriating black culture and making money off of it. So now the AI rapper guy has to go. I'm only bringing it up because I swear to God, it might be the dumbest fucking outrage story I've heard in months. I won't say years anymore because there's a lot of them every single day. I mean, a lot of them we just don't even talk about on the show. There's so many. But the effing Mecca thing might be the dumbest public outrage in the last 3 months, maybe. Capitol Records backpedaled immediately and canceled effing Mecca's contract, as if you need a contract for an AI rapper. Then issued the following statement. We offer our deepest apologies to the black community for our insensitivity in signing this project without asking enough questions about equity and the creative process behind it. Oh, you know, honestly, I'm worried that they mean that. I'm worried that this isn't just some bullshit lip service apology. Do you have an update for us? Yes. All right, great. We're going to have an update on my teeth here in a second. But they let go of effing Mecca because it's digital blackface, and they're sorry to black people. I have a promise for you, Capitol Records. Black people do not give a flying fuck about the AI rapper. I promise you. If you went out and asked them, they would go, I didn't, what, Allen Iverson? What are you even talking about? Mick Marshall also saying they only got rid of their AI rapper because they couldn't afford T.I. the rapper.
You know what? That makes sense.
All right. What do we know about my mouth? Okay.
There is a, what do you call it? There's a mission going on right now. So the notes I got is, she told me that she is going to, when she hung up on the phone with me, she's going to start calling a few of the people that could get you that root canal this morning because they'll get to it quicker and do it more thoroughly than she could, because the tooth that you're referring to, they usually have 4 canals, sometimes 3, and they want to make sure there's a specialist on that getting it done. Okay. So she's calling right now. She said it sounds like you're experiencing something called irreversible pulpitis, which is when your nerve is dying, because for all the imaging you've done there before with them, they can't seem to find something physically wrong with it.
Like a cavity or anything.
On the outside, a cavity, a fracture, anything like that.
So I've got this chipped up tooth, but it's still not technically like decaying or cavity?
No, it's not technically, their fillings. It's not your tooth. It sounds like it's your nerve based on the type of pain you're experiencing. So she said at the very minimum today, if she can't get you into one of these, and she's going to call me as soon as she's got any information, there are 2 medications she can get you on to get you through vacation. One would be like an antibiotic to kill any infection that might be going on in there from it dying. Okay. And the second is like a really intense anti-inflammatory. So that is so we've already got a plan for like worst case scenario crutch to get you through.
Could you do me a favor?
Maybe.
Could you call her and tell her I would prefer the medication for the weekend and then get the root canal when we come back? If the medication's going to work. If I'm not,
she said it might work.
Look, if the tooth isn't rotten and there's no cavities and there's no problem with it and it's just this nerve thing, if I can get the nerve swelling to go down and I won't feel any pain.
She did say it sounds like you need a root canal, and she said that she wanted to stress these medications might help you. She said for most people, it does help a lot. Some people, it takes a couple days to even notice a little bit of relief. So
how quick am I recovering from a root canal, though?
I don't know. But she didn't seem concerned about that in regards to a vacation.
Okay.
So if she's not concerned, maybe you'd be okay.
Can I eat after a root canal?
Like, could you chew on the other side, maybe?
You can eat. Oh, you can eat 30 to 45 minutes after a root canal. Fuck that noise. Let's do that then.
And she did. She expressed, I said, if he gets on these medications, can he have cocktails still? Can he have a drink? Because that's kind of part of vacation, something to think about. And she said,
he's a fucking drunk. Can he?
No, I said, of course, we'd be responsible as long as you get relief.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, this wouldn't be any issue. And like, she didn't seem concerned about a root canal either. So I think that if she was concerned about the eating or anything, she would have said something.
I've had root canals before. People always use root canal as if it's this terrible thing. I've had them because when this tooth got broken.
Okay.
I had a root canal done on it.
I've known people with root canals. They seem fine.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
Money Pit says, pull the castaway, get the old rusty ice skate, knock that bitch out. Well, I know, I'm experiencing a decent amount of pain over here, and that's not fun.
That's what I
But hearing from a dentist that the tooth itself is fine is encouraging.
She does say... Well, and that would explain, and I know you've really thrown them under the bus, but it would explain why their fillings
are being rejected.
And you keep saying, like, it's not helping. It's probably an internal thing with that nerve. So
my nerves is fucked.
Because she said,
so now wait a minute,
without hesitation, that sounds like the type of pain.
So if the nerve is dying, that's not something I could have helped with better brushing or anything like that.
Not at this point.
Okay. No, I'm saying, like, no matter what, that was going to happen.
I think
because if the tooth doesn't have a cavity and the tooth isn't rotten, then how does the nerve get bad?
You did have a cavity there at one point that was bad enough they did a filling. Okay, so if it was bad enough at that point, your nerve was becoming exposed, most likely.
Garrett says, I literally just had this conversation with a coworker. He didn't get the root canal prior to leaving for vacation, and it ruined his entire vacation, but it could be a little different. Yeah, if they can get me in for the root canal then and you can eat an hour later.
She's working on it.
Fuck it, let's do the root canal.
That's what we're doing right now. And she said, when I thanked her too, if she hadn't called around to these people herself because she has all the information on your tooth, she said most likely nobody would have gotten you any help today aside from a medication because they'd want to take you in and get you the imaging.
X-rays. So she can send them all the stuff and we can basically shortcut it.
Basically.
30 to 60 minutes to complete. Oh, yeah. So if we're even in there by 10 o'clock, we're golden.
I told her at the latest, I said the only restriction, we got to leave town by 12:15. And she's like,
oh, really?
Let me start calling right now. And those places open at 7:30, it sounds like.
Okay.
For business. So that's in 20 minutes. I'm really trying for you here, bud.
We will see. I had a weird mindset where I was thinking I was going to get in like really early in the morning. Mm-hmm. So I was like, we'll get through the first hour of the show and then we'll be heading out. And now like I've got the little bit of nagging pain there. So now I'm like, oh shit, now I got to do a couple more hours, maybe even a full show today. And now I'm starting to not get bummed out.
Are you sweating? Okay.
No, it's basically I had a lazy man's out and I was starting to settle into it.
You're in vacation mode.
Yeah, I'm in vacation mode a little bit, I think is what's going on.
Well, we'll see what she says.
Just get a divorce, Aaron, and stay home. That seems very extreme. I will tell you, that seems very extreme.
I don't know if Michael doesn't like me, but...
Needs walking around money says Aaron has a gay nerve. Not a gay nerve, it's a dying nerve. It's dying of monkeypox. 20-minute hype train for an $800 goal. The money you give to this show does not go right into my pocket. God damn.
I'm having hair problems.
But thank you guys very much.
I'm all stressed.
No goal today because we can't do overtime. So there's no goal. If you chip in, you chip in. Otherwise, enjoy the fucking show. Fuck it. Start looking for dentists in Vegas. Take an hour during the day to get it done.
I thought about that, but the problem is...
She could have that shit sent there.
Maybe she could. I think it'd be better if we could just get her taken care of quickly. But...
Oh, yeah. I believe in getting... Here's my list. Ready? Here's the order of my list, and it's in. Get the root canal this morning.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. She can't do a 45-minute root canal today?
She can. She said to make sure that we're not missing anything because she, like I talked about, there's either 4 or 3 canals and she wants to make sure there's a specialist on this shit because you've had nothing but problems.
Okay.
And you swear that it's them. So she's at a point where she's like, okay, he's not happy with us anymore. I'm going to make sure somebody takes
Wait, did you tell them that?
That's been known since the last 2 times you went in there. She absolutely knows that you're unhappy with her. Yes. And despite that, she's really trying hard to get you in somewhere.
It's mighty white of her.
Yeah.
I think she can understand my frustration with them,
She
though.
can.
Okay, all right.
She can, but like I said, too.
So it's not like, he fucking hates us. It's more of like, I understand.
Like I said, though, I don't think it's their filling work that's the problem here.
Maybe not. Although if you drill a spot out for that filling and you put it there, it should sit tight.
That's not
But
the
I guess
point.
it's the nerve
it
is
was
swelling.
the nerve.
Yeah.
So the first time you ever had that cavity, that nerve was exposed and it started dying that day, and it's getting bad now.
Okay.
So
here's where it's at. Root canal today. My second option that I'm in favor of is heavy medication.
Mm-hmm.
My third option is, can she send that shit to Nevada and have a root canal done like tomorrow morning?
And I'm sure that she could, but I mean, she also has appointments today. So
I'd rather
finding
take
one in Nevada,
I'd rather take the medication.
Yeah.
Yeah. SC Motorsports. Oh, there's a fourth option. Aaron, did you try using your white privilege? Yes. Buddy Travis says it's that the filling is so close to the nerve. So it's being shaken loose by the dying nerve.
No, I can't stress enough. The very first time you had a cavity in said tooth, that nerve was being exposed. And I do remember them saying that you had a couple, then that one was way worse and the nerve was right there.
Yeah.
And when, let's say you got some bacteria in that little nerve, in the canal with the nerve and stuff,
yeah,
it starts festering in there. The thing's already got a problem. So putting a cap, you're basically capping the problem in there with a filling.
Fun. It's actually making it hurt more.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's been their fault. I think you needed a root canal from the day one. You didn't need a filling. You needed a root canal. So if anything is to be said about them, they should have made that call instead of a filling.
Well, yeah, look, I'm not going to back down from the criticism is still valid. It's just, how is it valid? Like, in what way is it valid? Did they make the wrong call?
They made the wrong call the initial filling day.
I don't hate them. I'm not angry at them. I'm frustrated with how long this whole process is taking, and they're the only people I can be frustrated at.
I have to crack my back.
All right, go crack your back. She means like break it, like Genghis Khan did to his partner when he killed him. Keisha says, hey, sorry, I'm not subscribed yet, so text instead of chat. Well, you can go in the chat without being subscribed. If you don't get into the dentist, go to Walgreens and buy the toothpaste. There is stuff called Repair. It's like $5. It's a putty. You ball it up and smash it on your tooth. It firms up. Well, here's the problem, though. If it's a nerve, that's, again, we're just covering up the dying nerve, as it were. So even if we ripped that fucking tooth out of there here at home, it would not help. Shit. All right. Dude, I've never been more excited for a root canal in my life. How fucked up is that?
Me either, because I need you to be in good form at this point.
I'm so pumped about my root canal today. I hope they're able to get me in to do it. Buddy says the real reason why they don't like to do root canals is because the root helps to hold the tooth in place better than the gums alone.
Yes. But
so am I going to end up with my tooth broken?
Aaron, you've had root canals.
Yeah, but that was on a tooth that was only like 3% there. I had a little chiclet right here, and they just drilled. I broke the tooth off, so the root was easy.
I've seen it before.
Then they put a post in here, and then they put a porcelain tooth on it. I've got a toilet tooth. I got a potty tooth. I think that's what it's made out of, porcelain. Go ahead, knock on it.
I don't want to knock on it because now I'm going to knock your tooth out, too.
Take your finger and just go like that.
Yeah, nice.
One more time. Do it one more time. Just tell them. Oh, fuck! No, I'm just kidding.
I'm stressed. I need to get this appointment set.
You're stressed.
I'm stressed because I don't want you to be waking up crying every day and feeling shitty.
There's no crying over here. I've got a giant dick and I never cry. All right, let's move on to more. Since I'm going to be hanging out with you folks for a little bit longer this morning than I originally thought, let's go.
Aaron.
What?
You be nice to these people. They support us.
I'm not being mean to them. I'm saying I didn't expect to be here until 9 or 10 o'clock today because I thought we were going to do the dentist thing, and my mouth is bothering me, and so whatever.
Doesn't it make sense, though, for it now to, for none of those cavity, the fillings to have helped?
None of it helped,
you know? That makes sense to me.
I've got a dying star inside my mouth.
You have irreversible pulpitis.
Can we look that up? I know
We
Matt.
should.
I know Matt Melt said, "Wow, this is compelling content." Look, I'm in vacation mode.
Hey.
All right.
Your show host here has problems.
What is it called?
Irreversible pulpitis.
Wouldn't it be funny if we looked that up and it doesn't exist and they just made some shit up?
That would be funny.
Irreversible pulpitis. All right. What does it mean? Irreversible pulpitis occurs when inflammation and other symptoms such as pain are severe and the pulp cannot be saved. Irreversible pulpitis may lead to a type of infection called periapical abscess. Oh, I don't want that.
Periapical abscess.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
I'm working hard
With the
for you.
shit
Shut
you know.
the
Oh, you know the
fuck
word
up.
periapical. You know what? I remember Detroit Lions wide receiver Brett Perriman. Do you?
You go make your own root canal.
Brett Perriman was the
Appointment.
number 2 wide receiver behind Herman Moore in Detroit in the 90s. Do you remember Brett Perriman?
No,
But how do you pronounce that word?
I don't remember.
Periapical. Stupid. It's the only thing that takes away the pain is the meanness.
I want you to gargle this thing of Orajel just
Oh,
for fun.
fun. Do you have any cum with it?
It is white.
Ooh. Does it taste like gravy? The infection develops at the root of the tooth where it causes a pocket of pus to form. Okay, well, I could have done without that.
You have a pocket of pus.
I got a pocket of pus pushing on. Well, that would make
Ooh.
sense why I'm feeling so much pain. I got pus pockets pushing
Yes,
down into my mouth.
It's the throbbing. The throbbing does not come from the cavity itself. It comes from the nerve. So I'm really pulling for you
that
here,
medication would 100% work then, in that case. An
bud.
antibiotic?
She said it very much affects everyone differently. She said that some people, they notice it in a couple hours. Some it takes a couple to a few days for it to kick in.
You give me an antibiotic. See, they work for me right away. Do you know why? The reason an
because
antibiotic...
you will it so.
No, well, that too. But I take a small Black & Decker hammer, and I smash the fucking shit out of the antibiotics, and I rail them. And it gets into the bloodstream quicker. I know doctors tell you to take it orally. They're hacks. They don't know what they're talking about. You chop that shit up. You get a credit card. You make a little antibiotic. I make amoxicillin lines. And then
Why don't you just do drugs like a real human?
I think the rubbing the Coke on the tooth, I think it just masks it. You know?
We've got a diagnosis here. We've got a plan. If the main plan doesn't work out, Aaron's not had to make a phone call today. He's just sitting here in pain, of course. So we're really trying.
Look, I told people while you were gone, I said, I love that you're not only my wife, but you're also my employee and secretary.
Did you say that?
I don't have to handle a single thing. I know. She never fucking listens when I'm saying nice things
on the
about
phone with
her.
a dentist.
You're right. I lashed out.
You are testy this morning.
I'm very excited. Las Vegas is my favorite place in the entire goddamn world. We got a
With your favorite human?
yes, needy. My favorite human. My buddy Shane is there. No.
That is true. He's pretty. Shane's pretty awesome.
Are you joking? Bumpity boop.
I want to gamble with him, except I'm worried his
Take it easy,
lady
whore.
friend.
Go ahead.
You are aggressive. I'm afraid that his
lady
lady
friend,
friend is
continue.
going to be sensitive about the money spending at the tables.
She gets really weird.
I'm worried about that.
We sat down at like a $3 or $4 blackjack table in Minnesota here one time, and they were up from Florida to visit. And I usually we'll go like 15, 20, basically the tables where there's fewer people at it, so you can play a more fun kind of game. And we sat down at a loaded like 2 to 5. What are you gonna shit your pants?
No, I growled loudly. It's doing this.
We sat down at was it a 2 or a 5?
5.
It was a $5 table.
Oh no,
No,
the
it was
dollar.
$2.
It was 2. I was
was
gonna
2.
say there's a shitload of people.
So we were sitting at a $2 table, which you can't lose money at a $2. It would take you a long time to lose money at a $2 table.
It would be embarrassing.
So he's betting $2. I'm betting $5. I'm just kind of like, I'm just honestly, I'm doing it so I can just sit there and bullshit with my friend, And we're sitting there playing $5 blackjack. And anytime he would up his bet to $5, she would start having a panic attack behind us. She would go, "Oh my God, Shane, what are you doing?" And I thought she was joking at first. And I was like, this is
No.
funny. And she was actually having an issue.
Yes, I know you can see behind you, but she'd grab my shoulder like, what? Why did he double that up? Why did he put more money down? That's a new shirt. Like I remember that line really well. That's a new shirt.
Yeah, she started counting the money that he was putting in there.
She wanted me to bring her to the bathroom, and she was bitching about it the whole way there. And I like her. I don't have a problem with her. She just seems really like obsessive almost about the gambling money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So if we're at a craps table, I'm going to need you to distract her. If we're at a craps table.
I'll take her to a blackjack table. How's that sound?
What is, that's another thing I wanted to look up. Las Vegas crap table minimums. Like, what are we talking about?
Crap table.
Oh, $5 minimums, $10. Okay, so it's like $5 or $10 craps.
Why are we calling it craps?
It's
not very sexy.
There's a French word. That's like crapousses or something.
I know a French word for a bundle of sticks.
Oh, yeah? What is it? A fake! Oh, sorry. Did you think I was going to shout it?
Yes, now I'm sweating extra.
Okay. We got $5 minimums, $10 minimums.
Ooh, you want to go to Main Street Station?
All of these are like the shitty downtown ones, though.
Ew, there's a place called Sam's Town. Where is
there's
that?
a place called fucking Sam's Town, my friend.
I've heard El Cortez has a really fun casino, actually.
Oh, here you go. Excalibur, Link.
Link is good. I like it.
Sahara and Tropicana all have $10 minimum tables. Looks like you're playing $15 minimums. That's where you got Aria, Luxor, Mandalay, MGM. That's all of them. They got $15 minimum.
Circa's pretty fun,
tables.
but you got to go all the way downtown. And if you're not down there for anything, why
Hang
do
out
it?
with the old people and the weirdos. It's money and Vegas. What does she think happens? I don't.
We weren't in Vegas at that point. We were at Mystic.
We're at Mystic Lake Casino here.
The first time.
in town. New modifications to the PC version of the Spider-Man remastered video game allows players to change some features, like adding weapons and locations. They get to modify the game.
Yeah.
I play Mountain Blade, Bannerlord, and they have, the different mods for that, too, that people create. It's
Part of the fun.
really cool. Right now, I currently have Game of Thrones music playing when I play
I thought you got rid
Bannerlord.
of that one.
No. I got rid of the game. I didn't get rid of it. I deactivated the Game of Thrones mod where you're actually playing in Westeros, but I
Okay.
kept the music. I like when I open up Bannerlord, it goes dun 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 dun. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But one gamer apparently went too far. Too far, Jerry. In the original Spider-Man game, there were no pride flags. So the woke developers decided the remastered version of the game should have rainbow LGBT flags alongside some of those problematic stars and stripes. Well, see, does this already sound like the dumbest, most childish fucking thing to get upset about?
I've already laughed. This seems crazy.
Already
Can
sounds
we
like the
just be happy?
This gamer dared to replace those pride flags and reinstate the American flags. So obviously, he is a danger to society and had to be banned. Even worse, his mod was really popular, and there's nothing worse than a woke development team realizing that 99% of humanity doesn't buy into their cult stuff. So, this guy created a mod where he's like, all right, the fucking pride flags. And he changed them all to American flags. And then he released the mod. Here's the thing. It's not like this guy releases the mod and then the game turns into that. You have to want it, download it, and install it into your game.
Exactly. So it's very easy to stay away from it, right?
If you still want the pride flags up there, you can have your pride flags. Totally. Take it. Go ahead. You want it, you can go download it, you can put it in there. Nobody will know what a terrible, awful bigot you are. And you can just, you can do your shit.
Big deal.
Nope. Instead, gaming sites Nexus Mods and ModDB banned the player, and Nexus Mods said the modification was clearly done deliberately to be a troll mod. So why is it that if you want the flags changed to pride flags, you're just a good boy and you're just trying to be equal? But if you're like, yeah, that's annoying to me, I want it changed back to American flags, that's not your preference anymore. Now you're just a troll. Like what?
Because you've got to be with the, I hate this term, you've got to be with the woke crowd on these things. Remember that indifference now is like lack of support.
Yeah. See, to
It's
me,
negative.
Yeah, what is it? Silence is violence or silence is complicity and shit like that.
Complicity.
Yeah, so you have these these mods where it makes no fucking sense. Where if one guy changes it one way, he's cool. If the other guy changes it the other way, he's a bigot. How about we go back to all of you are fucking nerds? Play the goddamn game the way they made it. Stop fucking around. How about that? We're not going to ban anybody. We're not going to get rid of anybody. We're not going to enforce any woke ethic or anything like that. People seem to enjoy the mod. Let them do it. How about if you're into the game so much where you're creating mods, we all just laugh at you and call you a virgin dork, and we all go on with our lives?
I agree with all of those takes, basically. And then even going deeper, why can't people have preferences now? Like, people in that community ironically like to talk about their preferences, like their pronouns and who they're into fucking and stuff like that. But as soon as like the opposite has a preference or just an opinion, it's not even like a no, your shit's bad type of thing. It's like you're the bad guy. You always will be the bad guy.
You know, that battle of, leaving people alone and not leaving people alone. I don't give a shit if you make a mod that turns all of the American flags into pride flags in every game you play. That's your preference. Go bananas. Then you have to, like you said, you have to shut the fuck up and let other people have theirs.
Yes.
Again, it's the very definition of it's not hurting you. The guy is playing the game the way he wants to play it. If you want to turn Super Mario into Hitler in a mod, actually kind of hilarious. To have him running and jumping around. And
I very much see it like in a lot of games you get to customize your character and shit like that. Why is that just not okay if you want your guy one way and you want your guy really gay on the other side? Like, who cares?
Let the guy... Let
what
him...
if I change by the day? Like, oh, I want to be gay today in my game. Oh, I don't want to be gay today. Like, why isn't that okay?
Well, then you're Andy Dick.
I don't drink enough.
Sorry.
What did Cowpoint want on the phone?
He was going to the state fair.
That's fun.
He wanted to let us know.
We've got a couple fun things around here lately.
He also wants us to have our anniversary show in Las Vegas next year.
Thanks for giving him all our personal details of our itinerary.
He wants our listeners to all pay a bunch of money to go out to Las Vegas. I'm hoping to get an extra weekend in Las Vegas out of this trip. I have an idea,
you
guys.
You want to get comped?
Check this out. Well, the comp would be cool, but to pay for the trip, I'm putting, I think, $100 or $200 down on the Vikings to win the NFC North at the sports book.
I remember that.
And then what you do, if the Vikings win the NFC North, and I bet $200 on it, that's a $540 win. So a $740 back from the $200. And that would pay for our airfare. That would pay for maybe some of the other stuff. And then if you play enough and you get comped at the casino, you stay Friday and Saturday night there. You come back on Sunday.
Sure.
After the show, you hightail it out of here for the airport right after the show's over. You get to Las Vegas at 2:00 in the afternoon. You got all day Friday. You got all day Saturday, and you come back really late Sunday.
Just don't forget your emergency root canal.
I got to get an emergency root
canal.
Don't
make that a habit.
Yeah, I won't. Sorry, I'll stop getting,
Stop getting cavities that lead to irreversible pulpitis.
Certainly, you guys don't want any irreversible pulpitis. That's true.
You have a pussy pulpy tooth.
I got a pussy pulpy tooth, and I'm just trying to get it taken care of. I'm really just waiting anxiously for your phone to ring.
It's 2 minutes from opening of business at these places, okay? I'm expecting a call probably in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Surrender Dorothy says, I hate root canal surgery. Well, that's where you and I differ today. I fucking love root canal surgery today. I cannot fucking wait to have my mouth drilled out. That sounds so gay. I cannot.
Will you say that to me late at night tonight?
Yes, I will. I cannot wait to have my mouth drilled out. I cannot wait for them to just drill in there. Do they take the nerve out?
I picture them going in with a drill bit.
It kind of do.
I know.
Have you ever had one?
No, but I've had a cavity filled.
They drill through and they just kind of scrape around in there, and they give themselves a nice little.
They're clearing your canal out.
They clear it all out.
Yeah, they basically. Oh, jeez. God, I was waiting for that to be me.
No, that was just my phone.
That was
vibrating.
aggressively vibration.
Very aggressive. Robert says your mouth is going to be super sore tomorrow. Maybe you're right, but I don't remember after this root canal. I don't remember this being sore.
I think any type of sore will be better than what you are experiencing.
Oh, yeah, Robert, whatever you've got me feeling after a root canal, it's better than what I'm feeling right now. I mean, In broadcasting terms, I'm playing hurt.
There's not much worse than like nerve pain, tooth pain. You can't do anything to fix it.
Citizen M says, I don't know how you're able to sit there with excruciating nerve pain. I wouldn't be able to do anything but focus on the pain. I mean, look.
Maybe they're accusing you of you're talking it up a little bit.
No, I'm gutting through the show. I mean, you notice that I maybe don't have the biggest attention span for the stories we're doing today. That's because as we're digging into the stories, I'll get, that tinge. You know how nerve pain
Just
works.
pull out your toys and have some fun.
You'll get one of those little dull tinges. Just go, I've had a lot of those feelings this morning. Like in the middle of us talking about something, I'll go, that's bad. I chew on my gums a little bit. Or not my gums, my lips.
I talked to her about how you said that it actually hurts worse when you're not using your mouth, and that when you're eating, it feels better because you're putting a little pressure on it when you're chewing.
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, that's definitely a nerve problem then. Because anytime something's inflamed and you put pressure on it, it feels better temporarily.
Well, then the anti-inflammatory and the antibiotic would certainly help. So that would...
Gordy.
Worst case scenario, not bad.
Gordy, I miss you, pal.
Gordy says a dying nerve is also a result of karma, Daddy. Well, thank you, Gordy.
I miss Gordy. Grandma Anderson sent me videos of him last night. He's being so cute and snuggly and play biting and all that shit.
Gordy's he's got no teeth now, so the play biting is okay.
Gordy is a gummer right now.
Yeah, he's losing all his puppy teeth, so he's just you can really fuck with him.
You really slap him around
really
a little bit.
beat the
I
shit
love
out of
like just the little play slaps on the side of the face.
You go like this. I always make a claw hand, and he'll get his two paws wrapped around it.
He does.
And then you shake him like that. Although even when he had teeth, he was getting much better with his play biting. He was not biting down. He was just
He's growing up, and he's 5 pounds now.
He's pissing and shitting outside.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, I took that pad away when he left. Mm-hmm. We're not putting it back down.
That's fine. I left a note for my parents too. I'm like, only use the pads in emergencies.
Yes.
Take him outside.
Does it feel like satanic tweezers are just pulling at your nerve? No, you know what it feels like? It feels like there's little dwarf men inside my tooth, and they're just going like this to the nerve. Was that you or me?
No, Jesse Lee Peterson went live.
Oh, okay. See, every time. See, now that guy said, man, that's amazing.
It's amazing.
He's like, I don't know how you're doing a show right now with that nerve pain. I could never do it. Now, since he mentioned it, I'm feeling it a lot more.
Did you hear that?
No, I did not.
Oh, it's like a bear growling.
But yeah, it does feel like somebody's just standing inside my mouth going like this. Just poking at it.
What's this do, George?
I've got Lenny is in my mouth poking at my swollen nerve.
Check out the notification I just got. FDA warns the risk of monkeypox infection from fecal transplant treatments.
Oh, for God's sake, we get it. It's from putting things in your asshole. God damn it.
You didn't like that one?
Do you guys have to... Look, fucking CDC. All of us, we already know, okay? They're doing this thing about monkeypox where they keep hinting because they're nutless and they're too afraid to say,
it's butt stuff.
Degenerate gays will not stop butt fucking in mass numbers with a shitload of partners, and they're getting people sick doing it that way. Knock it off and quit fucking so many people. They won't say that, so they keep beating around the bush. It's like when you're trying not
beating
to
around
say...
the asshole.
You're trying to say something, but you don't want to be blunt about it. But because you're not being blunt, it's taking you 4 hours to say what you want to say, when you could just rip the Band-Aid off and go, stop butt fucking everything you see and you won't be getting sick.
All anal is put on hold for 2 weeks.
No, I've been very courteous to the gay community regarding monkeypox. Pick a butthole for a month and lock down. I don't care if you cave the fucking asshole in the month. Just stop fucking so many of them.
It's just blown out.
That's all it is, guys. Be gay to your heart's content, unless your heart's content is 8 buttholes in a night. You're going to get sick.
No, it's a fecal transplant, apparently.
You know how we have to tell kids, like, put on your jacket or you're going to catch a cold?
Yeah.
What we should be telling gay people is, stop fucking so many guys, you're going to get sick.
I mean, probably.
History has proven that the more you guys fuck each other, the more diseases start popping up.
You know, I think Ethan Klein talked kind of recently about how he got a fecal transplant because he's had some tummy troubles.
Ugh.
To make sure he doesn't get some monkeypox.
Again, Jesse P.S. said this, but he's not a God guy, he said. But just between all these diseases that come from sticking things in your ass, maybe it is a god of some sort trying to send us a message that, guys, shit ain't supposed to go up there.
Basically, what you're saying is God doesn't want your butthole blown out.
Basically, and he's not saying gay is bad or anything like that. He's just saying, guys, be whatever you want, do whatever you want. I'm just saying, how many diseases do I have to get you for shoving things up your ass before you just go, hey, maybe we should cool it on the shoving things in our ass
Dude,
deal?
not even like fuck the diseases. Think of the injuries sustained.
Yes.
Buttholes. You got anal fissures everywhere.
Rectum damn near killed him.
Right.
Terry T-Boy says, close the cheeks for 2 weeks to slow the spread.
Close the cheeks for 2 weeks.
How about this one? Stop the spread to slow the spread.
That was cute, Terry.
There you go.
I like that.
You want to see the worst financial advice anyone's ever given, ever?
I've heard some bad stuff.
This Mediterranean Joey from Friends is fucking terrible here. Watch this guy sit down and talk about investing like this is a fucking possibility. Like this is a thing. It's just this easy, you guys. Why isn't everybody a millionaire? Here we go.
Doubles game.
What's that mean?
The doubles game to me is I pay you $1,000. Can we double it in 6 months? No. How long? In 12 months? Okay, no problem. I'll do a double in a year. Here's $1,000. I get a double back, right? So if you take 1,000 and you double it every year, what happens? 1,000 goes into 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 256, 5, 12, $1 million. $1,000 is 9 doubles away from $1 million.
It's already retarded.
Yes.
You see, guys,
hoops he's jumping
you're
through.
9 years away from being a millionaire because everyone knows with the stock market, you just double your money every single year. You get a 100% return on an investment in the stock market every year.
Do you think he's made this work for himself?
If he has, I'd like him investigated by the SEC.
Maybe.
If we could. You know, I don't know if you know this yet or not, but what's a good year in the stock market percentage-wise? You know what a good year is? Return-wise percentage?
I'm going to sound like a total asshole
Right.
right now. 4?
10.
10?
10's
I was
good.
going to say 4 or 6.
You have 10 years. Usually when they measure your retirement, they put you at an average of 8 to 9% a year annual return. Okay? 10%'s good. During the Trump years, we were talking about 15, 20% returns. It was fucking insane. This asshole is sitting there going, look, all you need to do, $1,000, and then you get a 100% return on your investment every year. No, sir,
Legit.
Sir, excuse me. I believe that's how every Ponzi scheme has ever started.
Yes, and I feel like if that was true, everyone would be a millionaire then.
All you have to do is buy these makeup products and then host parties for all of your new customers, and then you get team members, and they...
Wow. Now you take $1 million and see what happens if we double it 9 times. 1 million goes into 2 million, 4 million, 8 million, 16 million, 30.
Wow, so amazing.
Whoa.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up a financial firm too, and I also will just pull things out of my ass and just tell you that's the way it works.
It's like your hat on stage as a magician. You just keep pulling.
Yeah, I'm just going to pull shit out. It's like I'm that clown with the rope.
It
And
never stops coming. Will
what
you
the
do that motion some more? It's good luck.
Did you guys clip that well enough? Good.
32, 64, 128, 256, 5, 12, $1 billion. $1 million is 10 doubles away from $1 billion.
How do you find
Oh my God! Look how wide-eyed and like crazed this
This
guy
guy
is.
is a fucking joker, man.
the doubles?
Well, that's the game. That's the part of the game. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So the doubles now becomes investment opportunities. Everything about money is a double.
So the doubles become an investment opportunity.
I'm sold.
What the fuck? Oh, my son is with $20. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, look.
My son gave me another $20.
Wait, your son?
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, my boy.
Oh.
Appreciate that. Somebody's a little upset they don't have a show of their own that they can do for a living. And again, you never answered my question. What year did your dad leave? Because you exude a lot of my dad walked out on us energy. Sorry, pal.
If you're his dad, that would theoretically make me his mom. But, a couple weeks ago, he couldn't quit talking about fucking me.
Oh, didn't he?
So he's into the fucking
Didn't he talk about
moms.
fucking you after you said you weren't interested?
Many times.
That's very
And his
interesting.
little minions, too.
Look, not that I think there's a lot of pussy being gotten over there, but
Clearly not.
see, when they say no, when you keep saying you're going to do it, you know what? Go talk to your local police department about what that's called. All right. What did we... Beta! Oh, thank you. All right. Speaking of gay people, let's continue on with the show here.
Okay.
I don't know why you'd want to just get your shit kicked in all the time like this. You must enjoy it.
Feels good.
A man is tested positive for COVID, monkeypox, and HIV at the same time.
So it's a holiday.
This is 1,000% the gayest man in the world right now.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the stereotypes.
Oh my God. Like, what do your insides look like at that point? I mean, when they looked, okay, so they take blood from the guy or whatever. When they looked into the microscope, how fucked up, was it like the Problem Child 2 blood slide where they looked into it? It was just a bunch of worms with giant teeth.
Just going around.
Gnashing up at the
Gnashing's
microscope.
a good word.
A man in Italy has tested positive for SARS-CoV-2, monkeypox, and HIV all at once in July after having unprotected sex during a trip to Spain, becoming the first recorded patient to have 3 viruses in conjunction, according to a new report published in the Journal of Infection last week.
Was this Ethan Ralph?
Ethan, now
on
wait
one
a
of
minute.
his trips?
Wait a minute. Before we start throwing around accusations, Ethan Ralph went to Portugal.
Oh, okay. Thank
which
you.
is right next to Spain.
It is next door.
Oh, no. Motherfucker, I didn't get an infection, you piece of shit. You motherfucker, I didn't get COVID. I didn't get some. No, he just gets the shit beat out of him.
Can you imagine how that doctor's appointment goes down? Sir, we want you to sit down for a second.
Actually, you know what? Judging by these test results, you probably can't sit down.
That's true. Donut
look,
pillow first.
Here's a pillow. Why don't you sit down on that? You know what? Fuck it. Take a knee. Because this is going to be a talk. How would you describe your sex life lately? Because judging by these tests, we're gonna judge it as debauched and degenerate.
Rampant.
Yes, you have a rampant sex life.
Rampant and rabid.
Monkeypox is spread through close we got it. We understand how it works. And by the way,
Do you, though?
they're not saying in this journal that this guy is the first person in recorded history to test positive for these 3 viruses at the same time. They're saying he's the first guy in recorded history to test positive for any 3 viruses at the same time. He's the sickest man who's ever lived.
That's just so unfortunate, and think it all started from like a sexual encounter.
Right. So you've got blisters all over your face, dick, and asshole.
Oh.
You're sneezing, you're coughing, you're lethargic, you're tired.
Can't breathe.
And you throw AIDS on top of that.
So basically your white blood cells are shot. They can't fight the other 2 things.
Your entire immune system is just a little guy holding a white flag.
It's just the littlest bitty dude.
It's just a little guy just saying, I fucking give up, man. I don't care anymore. I just don't give a shit. Just whatever you need. I mean, imagine the cocktail of drugs you got to be on to fight your COVID, your monkeypox, and your AIDS all at the same time.
You're dying.
Yeah. The drugs go into your system and you just puke them back out because they run. They just go, no, fuck that. I ain't going in there.
Or they ooze out in your pustules.
Need Trump says he's fucked. No, that's how we get to a place like this.
Dude, and at that point, you've got nothing else to lose. Why not spread it around a little, huh?
Yeah, why not spread your ass cheeks and share your love with the world?
Oh.
I suppose. Good God, man. Hulkamasha Baby says he won the virus triple crown.
He hit the trifecta.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations. It's really the Belmont, Preakness, and Kentucky Derby of virality.
Fuck box trifectas. I'm in on the rectal trifecta.
He got a rectal trifecta. Adam says hopefully they can clear it up enough so he can do more sex. What if you're his doctor?
Clear it up enough.
Now, wait a minute. If you're his doctor and you give him this diagnosis and the first thing he asks is, how long until I can have sex again? Do you front hand or backhand him?
I like a good backhand.
I think you go, you can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
Yeah.
Monkeypox, a fake toothache, and needs antibiotics. No way. No. You're getting these people mixed up at this point.
They're melding into one.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Jeff said, "Oh, are you going to take a big wet shit? Is that what you're worried
my
about?"
tummy's growling.
Oh,
I
no.
don't have to shit. I am empty.
Jeff says, "Imagine the cocktail of drugs he was on to catch them. Alcohol, at least." Gordy says, the guy's exposing the goddamn business.
Oh my God.
Jim Cornette would be very upset with this man.
Dude, if you've got all three of those, what was the final straw that's like, okay, I should go to the doctor here?
Probably the pussing sores on your face.
That's pretty jarring,
and then
right?
coughing the pus onto other people as you're popping and you're going, with the COVID.
General gray appearance.
Yeah. Imagine if you have HIV and COVID, how sluggish and tired you are.
Oh my God.
Because I remember.
What if you can't breathe? You're just done for.
I remember how much Jenny slept, you know? She slept all the time.
I always thought she had HIV, but hepatitis, the book says.
That what I'm hearing, I guess a producer said that she had hepatitis B. Is that the deadly
Does
one?
that kill you? I don't know.
Hep C or Hep B, whatever that is. Yeah, that she had that. Because I always thought AIDS too. This is like the 9,000th time I've Googled this.
You and I always do this. We do the M&M stuff.
During the 25th anniversary of Forrest Gump in 2019, the film's screenwriter, Eric Roth, confirmed that Jenny's death was caused by complications related to HIV or AIDS. So my question is, and I always get to this point, how did Forrest or the kid not get AIDS? Forrest had unprotected sex and shot a load into Jenny. Jenny carried the kid in her womb for 9-10 months. Was it one of those, like, did she have the kid and then go back in those 5 years to her fucking and drugging ways?
I don't
And then,
know.
like, get AIDS? I don't understand.
I'm hoping she got AIDS afterwards, you know?
Maybe.
Otherwise, can you be carrying HIV and not get sick with it until it kind of just gets bad enough?
I don't know. I also know that, like, just because you stick your dick in someone with AIDS doesn't mean, like, that moment, boom, you automatically get it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, maybe Forrest is the luckiest man alive.
Maybe.
Although everyone around him is very unlucky.
God didn't want him to have AIDS.
Everyone around Forrest dies. I have a theory that Forrest is a demon and that he draws off the death of others and consumes their energy. And that's why he was able to accomplish so much as a retarded man. Was that, like, Bubba died, he absorbed his energy. His mom died, he absorbed her energy and went on this cross-world run. And then Jenny died and he absorbed her energy and he's probably going to make a ping pong comeback. I don't know. I mean, the man busted Watergate.
Pretty wild.
In the Forrest Gump timeline, there is no Woodward and Bernstein. It's just Gump. SC Motorsport says maybe Forrest got AIDS from a Saigon hooker and gave it to Jenny. Whoa, hold on a minute. This is something that has This is not something that's been discussed in Forrest Gump lore. Perhaps Forrest sucked. Look, no judgment.
Wow.
He was at war. You know, he could have died.
Slim
at any
Pickens.
moment. Maybe he sucked off Tex. I don't remember where Tex come from. Anyway, he fucks a Saigonese hooker, gets AIDS, brings it back to Jenny, and then gaslights the shit out of her and pretends she's the one who gave it to him.
But somehow he's not sick with it.
Maybe he is.
There's holes in this.
Maybe Forrest is the cure. He's like he's like the Outbreak monkey. You know, they just need blood from Forrest and then take it from him, and then you got the cure for AIDS.
Dude, do you know how much anxiety that movie gave me? Like when Ebola came to the United States for a little bit.
What, Outbreak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it just seems. I know that it's the Mataba virus or whatever, right?
The Mataba virus.
Yeah. So it's not quite the same thing, but it's similar.
Come on, Billy. You knew about Mataba then. What's E1101, Billy? I'm talking to the pilots coming toward us in the bomber. You hear me, don't you guys? God, I wish I could find that fucking clip on the internet. It's so hard to just find that speech. They've got so many other scenes.
Is the movie on YouTube at all in any capacity?
Outbreak.
Because you could just skip around.
Plain speech. The virus is airborne. See, that's not the one. You'll have to take us out. See, now I've watched this one.
This shit makes me nervous.
But yeah, I'll play the audio. If I play the actual video clip, they'll fuck us for sure.
Have final clearance. Do not deviate. Over.
So he gets right in the way of the fucking bomber. This is a great movie, by the way.
I know what you're about to do doesn't come easy to you. But what I've been telling you is the truth, so help me God.
So if you guys don't know, in this movie, these guys are about to drop a fuel air bomb, like a Moab bomb, or isn't that what they call it? The mother of all bombs?
That's what I thought.
They're going to drop a Moab on this town in California because there's a deadly virus that kills everything that it infects.
Comes in contact with.
And they're going to drop the bomb on this thing like they did, like Morgan Freeman and Donald Sutherland did in Africa like 30 years ago. Now, instead, Dustin Hoffman's character has found the antidote. He's found the host.
Yep.
And he's got the antibodies for it. Problem is, Donald Sutherland's character doesn't want that because they have a biological weapon for Mataba, and they want to keep it. They don't want there to be a cure. So now Dustin Hoffman's got to get in the way of this bomber so that he can deliver the cure.
This movie is so stressful. Like,
he's trying to save his ex-wife.
It's such a good... Why?
He already lost Kevin Spacey. Personally, when Kevin Spacey got it, I would have went, we got to save Casey.
Right. What about fucking ex-wife?
Yeah, let's save Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Release that weapon on time and on target. Whatever you do in the next 30 seconds.
Sutherland is such a good
your testimonies to life. Sandman, Viper Command, you people know what's riding on this. Please, try to remain calm. Okay, guys, no more words. But we're not moving from your path.
Underrated villain in movie history, Donald Sutherland's character, General McClintock.
Yeah, maybe.
General McClintock in Outbreak is a very underrated villain because he is a fucking piece of shit from second one of this movie. He's just an asshole.
It's such a good movie, but it's one of those I have a hard time watching more than once because it actually frightened me.
You don't like watching Patrick Dempsey die?
Of course.
Do you hear us? I said we're not moving from your path.
I've never seen anything like this. I swear to God, I've never seen anything like this.
Sandman, Viper Command, I don't care if you have to fly through those bastards. This is what you've been trained for. Hold your course and drop. Over.
His fellow military guys, and he's like, I don't care if you have to fly through those motherfuckers. We are bombing those innocent people.
Do they understand how ridiculous that was, though? Because if they hit each other, they're both going down.
I don't know. Could that plane go through that little helicopter and just keep on going?
I would think you'd have some type of like propeller problem.
Well, Donald Sutherland don't give a fuck. You are going to mutilate those men, women, and children or die trying.
You'll have to take us out with you. We're not moving. We're not moving!
And then at the last minute, they turn the plane around. They drop the bomb and they drop it over water.
That little thing is such a shitty tiny copter.
Yeah. And then the bomb comes out. All right. And they drop it over water. I know we can't show it to you guys, or we're gonna get popped.
Stressful.
Gordy said, actually, the real line was, "Fly through the fucking helicopter for real, on God."
Do you ever wish you could just redo an entire movie with like shit like that?
Yeah, just like, listen, no cap, you fly right through that motherfucker, for real, you keep it 100 on God. You straight busting through that helicopter.
You with me, fam?
Yeah. Bet.
Yuck. I always feel so gross.
John Smokin says Aaron should reenact these scenes with the wrestling figures. I like the idea. I don't hate it.
We'll get you a little toy plane down here.
I do not hate that. Gordy says, funny thing is, they need to do that now, but to the whole state of California. Right. You leave Cedar Creek alone. Those people are probably fine. We'll draw like a line on a parallel and then everything below that.
Yes, now it's just the homeless and drug addicts.
Yeah, exactly.
Which are ironically the same people.
Skid Row. Al says, I love listening to movies. Shut up, smartass. I have severe tooth pain today, and I'm trying to get through a show.
Dude, I'm anxiously waiting for that phone call. It's almost 8 o'clock now, which to me says that she's having a hard time getting an appointment. It's really bothering me.
We're going to get a call at like 8:30 that we can go pick up the prescription. That's what we're going to hear. And then I can...
Way to be optimistic.
I can pop some drugs in. My nerves will
I'd rather you not be drugged, though.
It's an antibiotic and an anti-inflammatory. I'm taking amoxicillin and Advil, for fuck's sake. They're going to get down the swelling in my nerves. We're going to be fine. Would you go fucking eat something? Because I'm not sitting here doing a show while you're holding your fucking stomach like you got a corset on.
I've been staring at these Junior Mints in front of me for a long
Fucking
time.
eat something, because I'm not
They're
sitting
sugar.
here. I'm trying to talk about shit. I'm already having a hard enough time because my tooth hurts, but I gotta watch this all the time.
Now imagine if you're feeling it. My whole stomach is like a war zone right now. That's what it's doing.
How does that sound go?
I think you have a drop of it.
Hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, and click the bell to get notifications.
All right. Let's. I have a DSP update. You think I would leave for vacation and not tell you guys what's going on with Darkside Phil?
Well, you're going to miss Monday morning, so.
Yeah, I'm going to miss Monday. He's taking tomorrow. Tomorrow's his new day off.
Fridays?
All this stressful shit that's been going on, he's got to broadcast through his day off. So he's moving his day off to Friday now. What's been happening with our buddy DSP is pretty fucking weird because it's actually got me, and I've got a video that's scheduled to come out on this, I think, tomorrow. And DSP is actually having a concerted effort to try and get his channel copyright struck. People or content strikes and shit like that. And people are just bombarding YouTube with strikes against Phil's channel. Now, according to Darkside Phil, it has not worked so far. He's still able to stream. He's still able to post videos. So far, so good. But these people, he wanted to react to this video. The guy who made it said, I don't want you reacting to this video. Even though a lot of the video is Darkside Phil playing video games. They said, if you do this, we're going to come after you. Now they're coming after him. So this is kind of like one group of people was being remarkably unreasonable. And to answer that, Darkside Phil decided to be his oh-so-charming fucking self as he usually is and just basically run headlong into the problem.
Don't you just overlook this shit if you're him?
Well, I will say this. I, for one, am against this kind of, as the Revenge of the Cis guys would call it, gay ops. I'm completely against it.
It's not okay.
I don't like the canceling shit. And also, I like having DSP around.
Mm-hmm. He's good entertainment.
Right. He's great entertainment. So don't get rid of the fucking guy. Leave him alone. So DSP gave a statement on this. And I have to say, this might be the first time in Steel Toe history where I've played a DSP clip and I've had many moments of agreement with Dark Side Phil Burnell.
It's a weird twist.
Yes. Before we do any of that, Balls Deep throwing $20 into the PayPal. Wow.
Aww.
Thank you very much, buddy. As you guys know, we are not having a goal today. We cannot commit to overtime, so we're not going to ask you guys to give us money. If you want to throw in, you got your Super Chats, your memberships, your PayPal. If you want to contribute to us, that's fine. But we are not asking for a goal today. All right, so here's Darkside Phil giving us an update on the cancel attempt that's being made on his channel.
It's been tough.
So, as you guys know, over the last week, there's been a hell of a lot of controversy for dumb reasons here on DSP Gaming. All right. So
he can't stop clearing the throat and snorting, can he? Oh, by the way, while he's talking about the future of his channel and all the bullying, you're going to get some quality snorts.
I love a good snort.
In this one. He loves it. He gets a good burp in. He gets a good snort, couple snorts in, couple coughs in this one. Yeah.
Burps I could do without.
This motherfucker's dehydrated, yo.
Let's talk about what's going on. All right. In the last week, I was going to do my React marathon to This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 2. This is something that I had in the works for a while. I talked about it months and months ago.
Now, the problem is there's this guy called Evil AJ who made that video. And he made it about Phil. Now, Evil AJ says, no, Phil, you can't use it. Phil says, this guy told me months ago that he didn't care, so I can use it, so fuck him. And then all these people are threatening him. If you play that, we're going to come after your channel. Like, there's a lot of dickheads that are just lying and waiting for a reason to come after him. Which, again, I'm against. As big of a piece of shit as Phil is, I want his channel up. I don't think he deserves to be canceled over any of this stuff.
Sure.
So, instead of Phil going, well, I don't need this one dumb fuck video. I can do something else for content. Nope. Phil's going to lean in and tempt fate.
Sorry, Evil AJ. You gave me public permission to react to the video months ago. So it's covered under fair use and you gave me public permission. I was in the clear.
Okay, that may be true, but why tempt fate?
Right. If somebody specifically says you can't use this video, don't react to this video, I mean, probably don't do that.
I mean, okay, let's say you make that argument that you just made now with YouTube and they reject it and you get your channel taken away. Was it worth it over a shitty video that you were probably not going to be funny in anyway?
Nope. Not in my opinion.
Go play some Bassmaster, motherfucker.
To do it. But apparently a lot of people didn't like that. All right? So essentially what happened over the weekend is that there was a concerted effort. To try to hurt DSP Gaming. All right? What was that concerted effort? I can tell you.
Not giving tips, I'll tell you that much.
Not enough tips.
Not enough tips for old DSP.
Cacophony of false claims.
Cacophony, good use of the word.
Were thrown against DSP Gaming of all types. It wasn't just one focused effort. It was like, let's just throw so much shit at the wall and let's see what will stick. Okay?
He's right.
Well, out of all the shit being thrown at the wall, nothing stuck. What I can tell you is they tried everything. All right.
DSP survives. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a survivor on our hands over here.
He's going to make it.
He's going to make it. DSP's channel cannot be, he's uncancelable, this guy.
In regards to like community stuff, they went back, listen to this, and tried to flag videos of mine from 6 to 10 years ago.
See, now that's bullshit. I hate it when people do that, and I don't care if it's DSP, I don't care if it's Andrew Tate, I don't give a shit who it is. You don't do that. That's bullshit cancel culture stuff, and that should be wrong no matter. And again, guys, our thoughts on shit like this doesn't matter if we're not willing to enforce it on the biggest pieces of shit we know.
Correct. I always like to think like, would you like to have it come back on you that way?
It's a very simple concept. You don't believe in cancel culture. You don't believe people should go 6 to 10 years back in the past to try and get somebody. I don't care how noble you think your cause is. It's a bullshit move. You don't like it when they do it to other people. So you got to defend against it when it's a guy you don't like.
Absolutely.
Look, has this guy done a bunch of shit to deserve all kinds of ridicule and mockery? Of course he has. Do you take away a guy's livelihood because you think it's funny? No, I don't think you do.
As if it was content I just put out today, stating, oh, I don't like the way he said this. I don't think that this is allowed or whatever, this and that. Okay? Now, I have to stick up for YouTube in this regard. When it comes to their community guidelines, YouTube is quite intelligent, and if they make a mistake, they will usually reverse their mistake immediately.
Okay, time out. Can I make a prediction? If YouTube caves to one of these strikes, tomorrow he's going to be on Twitch or something, motherfucking the shit out of YouTube.
I do think that.
That's human nature. Like, oh man, I got to give it to YouTube. They're so great. They're so awesome. Oh, they gave you a strike, Phil. Fuck YouTube. The bunch of sea suckers, the sacks of shit. I fucking hate these guys.
What did we do when Twitch kicked us off for no reason?
Fuck Twitch, assholes, pieces of shit.
And before that, we couldn't have sucked their dick any harder.
Loved them.
Okay? So in regards to community guidelines, anyone trying to say, oh, Phil did this and that on DSP Gaming and it's a violation of this guideline or that guideline or whatever, YouTube is generally very, very good about handling it well.
Did you hear that one?
That was a tough swallow.
That was a meaty burp.
That was a burp?
You didn't hear it?
I thought that was like a hard swallow.
Oh, no, listen.
On DSP Gaming and it's a violation of this guideline or that guideline or whatever, YouTube is generally very, very good about handling it well.
Did you catch that? That was a guttural, deep.
Oh, I did that time. Why would you make me hear that twice?
That was almost Ethan Klein-esque.
Ethan Klein reminds me of a toad.
Yeah.
With his burps. He's a little toad guy.
DSP had a good thunder from down under.
That was really gross.
Don't worry, you're getting a snort and a cough here in a little bit.
I like snorts.
So to give you some perspective, all right, let's say there's a video of mine from 8 years ago where I said a bad, naughty word that if you said it today, you'd be in hot water, you'd be in trouble. Oh my God.
Under fire.
This content creator said this publicly, right? And then you'd be in trouble. Well, if I said 8 years ago, chances are it wasn't a big deal back then, but it has definitely, things have changed. Look at how culture's changed in the last decade. There's now things.
You know where I go for my cultural cues? Dark Side Phil Burnell.
Phil.
Yes. I go, well, guys, you see the culture is changing. Yes, guy who sits in his room the entire day. Why don't you tell me more about the vibrant culture?
Have you been outside?
Yes. Judging by his skin complexion, probably not.
Little pasty.
Yeah.
Can't say today that you were able to say in the past and stuff like that. So it is what it is, right? But what I can tell you is, what YouTube will do, all right, they will look at videos like that and say, okay, we're not going to destroy you and your channel and your business, but we're going to like age restrict your video so someone has to be an adult in order to watch it. If you
Wait a minute, you don't age restrict your own videos, you money grubbing piece of shit.
Probably should.
If you do content, like he's cursing, he's yelling at people, he's threatening people, all this shit on his streams. You don't have this marked as not safe for kids because you want to make the extra $5-10 a video. You greedy motherfucker. You know, this is where, like I said, I watch these YouTube guys and I feel so much better about how we have to make a living. Because, boy, the money grubbing fucking tactics some of these people engage in is just disgusting. Look, doing this for a living is a very fun job. I see why so many people want to do it. But please do it honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're honest over here and we're thankful.
Please just do it honestly. Don't be a channel that says fucking shit and all this stuff and then mark it as safe for kids just because you want the extra ad revenue. So, oh, you know what YouTube might do? They might mark my channel unsafe for kids. You know what I do on literally every video we post? When I have the what do you call that? The generic setting set to the default setting. The default setting is no. This is not for children.
Mature content.
Phil, I don't need to make an extra $8-9 on a video with 3,000 to 5,000 views. It's not that important, and you don't get that many, so you know that too.
That kind of language. Sometimes they'll actually contact you directly about it to say what was your intention with this video. Sometimes they'll just flag the video. It all depends. It depends on the situation. Okay.
It's a very difficult situation.
Tell you, over the course of this last weekend, all right, there was a very concentrated effort to try to get DSP Gaming into trouble for shit that makes no sense. How are you going to hold me accountable for something 8 years ago that I said in a video?
Okay, now, first of all, that's kind of a bullshit take. You can be held accountable for anything you said at any time. That's why, I mean, you can't be mad that you get held accountable for shit. You just have to have your explanation ready.
Yeah, don't ask them that question. They'll show you how.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be held accountable for anything I've ever said. Go ahead, ask me about it. I'll tell you what I meant.
That obviously I haven't said in the last
The girl in Iowa, Aaron, what did you mean by the pit bull stuff? I was kind of hoping her dog would eat her. That's all. There.
I mean, I said it right there in the video.
Have I been held accountable now? There.
Yes.
I like that. I like when people come back at you with something you did a while ago and expect you, oh, we're shaming him. And you're just like, but you just take it seriously in the fact of like, they go, hey, what did you mean by this? And you go, oh, you just mean you want a literal interpretation of what I meant. Oh, well, I wished her dog would eat her.
She smelled like kids, and we thought maybe they'd do that.
And, sir, I don't know why you're asking me that question. I went out of my way in that segment to be very thorough about and very clear about what I felt should happen to her.
Years since I changed as a content creator, I would never say today, because I've acknowledged that to say something like that in content today would be wrong. I've apologized for it over the years for being like that back in the past.
It was totally wrong when I said it.
You know what I mean? That's like it's cancel culture. Can we cancel someone who's been a content creator for 14 years for something that they said a long time ago?
And now, see, this is the unfortunate part. This is where I am in 100% agreement, and I never thought I'd say this, with DSP.
Yeah.
That is cancel culture bullshit, and just because you don't like a guy doesn't mean it's funny or awesome when you do it, because then I don't want to hear, those are more people on the Guess Who board we can flip down. You don't get to bitch the next time it happens to somebody else.
Agreed.
Can't bitch about it then.
The hilarious part about it is
so many
these
dad
kind of
noises.
people who are doing this against DSP Gaming are the people who are the most vocally against cancel culture. They outright hate it unless they can employ it for their own purposes.
You see why I was so against you guys doing this to him? And by you guys, I mean the detractors who are going to watch this and maybe disagree with me on this, and that's fine. But you see why I didn't want you to do this? Mm-hmm. He's right now. You're making him right. You're making this burping sack of shit a martyr. And the worst part is it's not going to work. He's going to survive it.
Yep.
Because he's a pig roach.
Roaches don't die for shit.
Roaches don't die, you guys, so quit trying to step on them. Enjoy watching him scurry about his short, pointless life. Don't you want to get rid of him? Oh, in the worst way.
Oh, wait. I can actually use this really fucked up thing to do something that I want, then I'll use it. But God forbid you apply it to me or anyone else that I like, but let's apply it to everyone we don't like, right?
Fucking Phil is right because you guys made him right. I mean, look, he's a blind man who finds the obvious point right in front of him, but still, you guys have made him right through this cancel shit you're doing.
You brought him there.
It's pretty messed up, right? So, that being said, they tried and failed. Okay, they tried very tough over the weekend to try to prevent me from being able to stream my reaction to This Is How You Don't Play. And also, there's... All right, let's just leave it at that for now. All right, they tried.
Sounds good, Phil. I love how he's like gearing up for it. This is the tragedy of Dark Side Phil, too. He's not a good host.
Oh, I've got something here. Oh, shit. Never mind.
Yeah. Like, if I'm ever gearing up for a rant, you never see me go, and you know another thing about this motherfucker, you know what? Show derailed. I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
Lost it.
He's shit on YouTube all the time. Trident says, yeah, and he will again. He will again. Just like he shit on Nick Rekieta and then was begging for his legal help yesterday.
Isn't that how it goes?
When I shit on someone, I've made an enemy for life, my friends.
That's very true.
I commit to it. Trident says he brought up not getting gifted memberships every week until he got it. I filled out my gifted membership application, and I'm just waiting patiently for it.
That's pretty cool.
Just waiting for it, seeing what YouTube thinks about me and getting gifted memberships. Just let me know. That burp had
You're
some...
just a guy.
Dave Dowling says that burp had some goo in it trying to rise up.
Stop. Oh, God. That's gross.
Adam Price says, what was the word that was okay 8 years ago? The shorthand way of saying transmission on a car. That now I guess you can't be saying.
Can't be saying that one.
All right. Why did Dinosaur Fuel... Oh, I see why Dinosaur Fuel got his comment deleted. He must have leaned on his keyboard.
Yeah, that looks like a pocket.
That looks like a pocket deal. AL says, but why are we making fun of irrelevant channels with 2,300 subs? What? Dude, DSP's got like 250 or like 200,000 subs.
Yeah, he's not doing like so bad.
Are you kidding, Al? No, he's got a shitload.
He's been at it a while.
You're talking about the channel that posted that? That's Snort Hogan. Subscribe to Snort Hogan. Subscribe. If you like DSP stuff, Snort Hogan is my favorite DSP channel. Everybody's got their favorites, and yes, Snort Burnell, she's great. Duty Streams, he's got to work on his audio mixing and shit, but I like Duty Streams. But Snort Hogan's my favorite.
They're pretty fun.
My latest polyphonic whistling video I uploaded today, says Dave Dowling, is better content than most DSP content. Oh, see, I disagree. I love me some DSP. King Kong Dong with $2 says, Aaron, what did you mean by Anne Frank and beans? Well, you see, with the restaurant Nurembergers, we were trying to do funny puns with Holocaust type things. Same thing I meant by Luftwaffles. There you go.
What else was there?
There was Luftwaffles, Anne Frank and beans. I think
the burger, right?
We branched out. We branched out a little. Yeah, the Nuremberger. But we branched out into like other World War II items. Like we were selling premium kamikaze shots. Of course, that was an easy one. Jeff says cancel culture has begun to turn and people are pushing back now. Like many other advocates, they went too far. Yes, I agree with you. They got a little too militant in their pushback. There we go. That's fine. Waffle, 2 lightning bolts. Triple N. That is
that's a spicy one.
That is troubling indeed, for sure. Luftwaffles are made in the loft, not loft waffles. Luftwaffles, like the air. Jeff Reed says you could have an Air Cyclone B&B.
This restaurant is in the B&B.
Oh, it's in the Air Cyclone B&B. There you go.
Am I the only one getting anxious about this phone call?
No, I'm
dying here.
I'm getting very antsy about this phone call because I will, if you're just joining the show today, we are going on vacation today, but I have irreversible pulpitis in a nerve in one of my teeth.
So sexy.
And the nerve is obviously swelling because my tooth is just on fire today. And we kind of thought we'd be leaving the show early
And
this
now
morning
we're totally not.
to get in for a root canal today, but it looks like if my dentist has been going for an hour now calling people, or 45 minutes now.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem good. I know that she's got appointments too, so you maybe hope she's just a little busy.
I don't know.
But it doesn't seem
Well, look,
good.
man, I've only got about an hour and a half till I can't go in. Because then time-wise, we'll be fucked.
Look, I'm already stressed. I don't want to think about it.
I'm very optimistic. It's I can always get those drugs. I mean, we know what the problem is. It's inflamed. It's probably a little infected. That nerve is. We get the antibiotics. We get the anti-inflammatories. It'll get me through the weekend.
Ooh.
And then we can get in. We can do the root canal. I'll tell you this. Never been more excited about a root canal in my life.
What a weird statement.
Yeah, I've never been more excited to get a root canal. All right, guys, I suppose we can open up the 7 o'clock hour stories now.
Fun.
While we get ready here. There we go. A little more, a couple more. Got about 5 or 6 topics here for the 7 o'clock hour. I know it's 8:15 Central Time. That's the funny part. Look at me just being
Tee-hee.
clever and shit. Just knock them all out and get veneers.
That's what I said.
Buddy, believe me, I'm thinking, how much is that? And is that covered by your dental insurance?
Isn't that stuff that like Aspen Dental does? They do like the implants and shit.
How much do veneers cost?
Is a veneer an implant?
Oh my God, about $1,000 or $2 a tooth. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and not do that.
How about you just keep them clean?
Most of the teeth in my head are functioning properly at the
How
moment.
about you keep your teeth really squeaky clean when you don't have problems so we don't get here?
You're saying do all the water picking and everything every day.
first,
Make it
yeah.
part of my routine, if you will.
Yes. Yes, I have to pack a water pick for Vegas.
That water
today.
pick, though, man, that thing is top.
She said-
That's awesome.
She definitely said she said, he probably likes the feeling, the massaging of the water pick on it when he's doing it and all that.
Oh, so you guys are theorizing about the way I feel?
We're speculating.
I like that. No, you know what felt really good yesterday was eating a sandwich. That cushiony, the little bread, and just
I'll give you something to eat.
on that. A fur burger, am I right? Up top, hairy pussy lady.
I can't high five that.
She does not have a hairy pussy.
I'm against those.
She's only 12 years old, for God's sake. Al says, yesterday on the JRVP podcast, I don't know who that is, said I learned that there are people who can smell sneezes. Yeah, they're called Jews. Jeff said, ibuprofen helps the most, I think, with tooth pain as far as over-the-counters go. Well, that's where we're going to need the heavy stuff because I took 2 Advil this morning and
Nothing. Is it not any better?
It's better than it was this morning, but I'm still in a recognizable amount of pain. Like I said,
Don't smile at me weird like that. What are you doing?
Like I said, doing the show right now, it's distracting.
I'm distracted by so much. I've got the house to shut down and shut up. I've got the packing to finish
We got to
up.
throw away all our food.
I want to shower before we leave.
That's a weird thing. I'm not going to throw away literally all of our food. Like when we go on vacation, we don't just take all the food in the house and throw it away. I just meant the
Throw
stuff
it
that's
away
going to
out of
go
principle.
bad. Yeah. I didn't mean that we should.
Worst part is the garbage is probably gone already.
Did you take that down?
Yes.
Nice job.
I did that after the evening show last night. I did so much after the evening show. I traveled to Target for ink, for our flight passes.
You're a goddamn saint.
Garbage.
You know what's funny is you bought that ink. I still printed the boarding passes out and everything because I've already checked in for our flight. I didn't want to come upstairs, though, and let you know that I ended up just doing it all on mobile.
I went to Target at 9:45
I know.
last night.
Look, I mean, this shit
for
happens.
nothing.
I realized there was a mobile option. I went, oh, these QR codes will scan
Cool.
even if they're just on my phone. That's
good.
fine. Trident says, isn't a root canal expensive? Well, you got to get yourself some dental insurance, especially as you get into your 30s. You definitely got to get some dental insurance. First of all, dental insurance, not very expensive.
Nope.
For a lot of people, it's in their work. Their work, I'll give it to them. But also, once you get even half-ass decent dental insurance, your deductible's like $100.
Not only that, but insurance or not, wouldn't you pay just about anything to get rid of tooth pain?
Yeah, and tooth pain is also one of those things where I said to April this morning, I go, you tell her I don't give a fuck how much it costs.
I told her.
I want this
I
done.
did. I let her know your every emotion.
Yeah. I said,
she's aware.
You want to cut off my left nut as payment for some weird reason why you would accept that as a barter? I don't know. But if that's the cost, willing to pay it. Actually, I might consider the left nut before a couple grand.
Well, it is just kind of useless at this point.
Right. The right one can get the job done once we reverse everything. Dylan says brushing your teeth usually helps. I brush my teeth just fine.
See, if you'd brushed your teeth 20 years ago and didn't have a nerve exposing cavity open
Exactly,
up.
guys. This is from not brushing my teeth a long time ago. I do very well now. Buddy Travis says floss, you savages. Dude, a water pick is so much better than flossing. Get the fuck out of here.
Here's
no
the
way.
thing,
No way. I'm not going to stand by flossing over water pick.
I think you've got to do both, though. I don't think the water pig necessarily gets the stuff really, truly lodged in there. Otherwise, think about it. When you're at the dentist, they take a water thing to you and floss. They do both.
Guy Sartell offering to take our food. Do you like week-old spaghetti? Because that's got to get tossed out.
And this wasn't spaghetti I made. Aaron made
I
this.
made dog shit spaghetti.
I got a text.
I made dad spaghetti because April was in Litchfield at the time. I made dad spaghetti where you just heat up the sauce from the jar and then you boil the noodles and you just dump them together.
Whereas I make a whole meat sauce with
it was
meat
some
and
it
veggies.
was some basic bitch spaghetti, man. And then I was watching the Joshua Usyk fight while the noodles were going, so they got way too soft.
Oh,
so I got kind of
just
mush noodles.
Sticky.
It sucks when your kids are like 8. You know, like our daughter's 8. And she knows what she doesn't like, but she also gets very polite and like she wonders. She reads if people are sensitive or not, and maybe doesn't tell them.
Mm-hmm.
I knew she hated the fucking spaghetti.
I wondered.
But I even asked her. I go, "Did you not like it? I can make you something else." She said, No. It's okay. You gave me a lot. I'm like, I've seen you eat 3 pieces of pizza. Why don't you fucking tell me? You hate my spaghetti. If you take some heavy painkillers, make sure you don't pass any fake 20s. I knew a guy, says Mick Marshall.
I worry about you on heavy painkillers and drinking.
It's not heavy painkillers. It's heavy duty. What do you call them?
What are you?
That's me after dental surgery.
Almost identical. Also, fun news for you guys. Aaron has a wisdom tooth that he's going to need surgically removed soon. So you get to watch him be a little chipmunk on live on air.
Yeah, I've got a wisdom tooth that I didn't even know had come in. Not only that, it's cracked in half. So my mouth is a fucking disaster over on this side.
It explains the bad breath sometimes.
Thanks, April.
It's not all the time. It's not often.
Buddy says no insurance. A root canal is about $1,500 to $1,900. Yeah, and with insurance, it's like pay about $100. At most, I think my total all year, like my deductible per visit is like $100.
Mm-hmm.
My deductible annually, like for the whole year, is maximum deductible is $1,000. I think.
I don't know what mine's at.
My
I think
ass.
I'm due for a cleaning though.
Root canals, my insurance coverage is, I believe, 75%. So there will be that.
That's pretty good.
Dental insurance is a joke, says Lip Ripper. I used to think so too. I never had dental insurance until like a year or two ago. Because it was just like, well, what's the fucking point? It's the dentist. You go in for a checkup. It's like $50. You pay him. You're done.
I think dental insurance and vision, if you wear contacts or glasses, they're actually both really sneaky helpful.
Now, I do think vision is a bit of a hustle until you have to get new glasses or contacts.
Oh, it helps out so much.
Yeah, and Rusty Grammar says, and tonsil stones. Man, you are a mess.
Yeah, you were dumb and didn't get your tonsils out when you were younger. Yeah. I didn't either. I waited till I was 21, I think, because I kept getting tonsillitis and couldn't swallow.
Jesus.
That's a bad deal when you're an adult.
All right, guys, we got about an hour and a half left to show for you. I think the later it gets, the more I'm leaning towards we're taking drugs this weekend.
I'm stressed looking at my phone.
Look, you can stop being stressed because I'm happy to get anything.
That sounds good.
They call me and they say, you guys just go pick up a prescription. I'll be like, fuck. I'm telling you this right now, that whole mental medicine thing, that's to a point real. Because I guarantee
the placebo effect.
I guarantee you the minute they tell me there's a prescription ready, my tooth starts feeling a little better.
It absolutely does. Your mentality has everything to do with it. Just like this morning when you're in despair, I'm sure it hurt the worst it's ever hurt.
Fucking miserable. Joe says April just making excuses to not CeeLo. Joe, I like you. You got to write that one. I need to know what you ment by that.
What is CeeLo?
CeeLo Green. He did the song Fuck You.
Not
He's in
into
Gnarls
him.
Barkley.
I'm not into him.
Well, Hulkamasha Baby says, Aaron never would have married you if you couldn't swallow. That's true.
Coltrane says, I got him removed so I could swallow cock better. Jesus Christ.
I mean, that is a reason to get rid of your...
Is it?
Joe meant swallow, too. Okay, there you go. Karate Chopping Space Monkey says 2 Tylenol and 2 ibuprofens together equates to a prescription low-grade painkiller. Well, shit. I think what I need is the antibiotic. That's what's going to help the most, because there's definitely a swollen, infected nerve in there.
Well, the pain being caused is the inflammation in your nerve. So the anti-inflammatory is pretty important.
Yeah, but that's just going to knock it out for like 6 hours, and then it's going to be back again. Whereas if you get the antibiotic, it'll kill whatever infection is causing it to swell. Look at us being doctors.
Where were we during COVID?
God damn it, we could have helped so much.
Hey, we're here for monkeypox. We could start now.
Better late than never. Electric Shoe says, get some liquid pill Advil, squirt that shit right on the pain. Works great short term. No, we have liquid gels. We have the pills. He's talking about like a squirt.
Liquid pill Advil, you dummy. You poke it with a needle so there's a little hole and you squeeze
And then you shoot it up there? Oh, that's animalistic.
Oh, God, you're a baby.
That's all I got about. Good news, guys. Rand Paul is asking the National Institute of Health to preserve all of Dr. Anthony Fauci's documents for upcoming GOP oversight. So Rand Paul is assuming that the Republicans are going to kick ass in the midterms, which there's still like 2 months left. They can still fuck this up. Don't underestimate a Republican's ability to fuck up a sure thing.
I'm really hoping they can pull through. But
So Rand Paul is saying, hey, don't you guys, just because he's retiring, don't you go shredding Anthony Fauci's documents. We're going to want to look at those. What are the odds that the NIH listens to Rand Paul?
Zilch.
Right.
It's like over.
You know what they're going to say? They're going to bring like a little packet of papers when they finally ask for them.
Mm-hmm.
And Rand Paul's going to go, what's this? I told you not to... Told you to preserve all of them. I go, well, these are all of Dr. Fauci's documents we have available.
Put them back together if you want them.
No. They're just going to bring him a small stack of papers. They're going to be,
Oh.
What? This is everything we have right now.
Oh.
What do you mean you have right now? Well, yeah, just everything we got. There you go. It's everything on
Handsome.
Dr.
Here you go.
Fauci. Yeah. Hands him a piece of paper. That's all we kept. That's his social security number. Oh, shit, wrong one.
That's his bank account.
He's got the NIH. Fauci still has the NIH doing his shopping for him.
Wow.
For God's sake. Senator Rand Paul on Tuesday asked the National Institutes of Health to preserve all outgoing White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci's documents and communications. Rand Paul wants to see like how much money he's gotten from different drug companies. He wants to see if he's been working with these Chinese labs in Wuhan.
Sure.
He wants to know where the research money has been going, all that stuff. So to me, I don't think they're going to keep all those. I think they're going to delete anything he tells them to delete. I don't think Rand Paul's going to get any of what he thinks he's going to get. And
I very much picture.
That's again, Dr. Fauci's going to get away with all of it. Any of you who are thinking he's going to like stand trial or like be looked into or anything else, for show maybe, but he'll get away with all of it.
I very much picture like those type of documents for Fauci as being destroyed like on a weekly basis. Like
Right.
as they are printed, they're just kind of erased.
Right. Why do it all at once when you could just do it as you go?
Just
you
keep
know?
up on it.
That's very efficient. Chopstock says, what's the goal up to so far? No goal today. We have no goal because we can't do overtime for you. As a matter of fact, I am at a place with my tooth now where I'm looking at the clock every few minutes and just trying to...
I think I'm doing that just because of vacation. I'm feeling the pressure of all the things that I have to do still.
Yeah. I'm more just sucking on a bad
It's
tooth
tough.
over here.
I know, that's way worse.
But there you go, Chops. There's the, and for everyone else, there's the PayPal link in the chat. Super chats and memberships if you feel so moved. But again, no goal today. Chops is offering to pay for your dental work. That your donations do not go into my... Well, you get the idea.
But if you send a big enough one.
Fauci's pangolin, fuck you. I know I wrote morning show on this one because I looked about 3 or 4 times when I put it up there.
Dude, last night's evening show was so fun. I was thinking about that fox again this morning. That rabid fox video killed me.
That attacked somebody? Yeah.
So fun.
Dylan says this is accurate. Dylan says the goal, a root canal. Yeah. I don't have a monetary goal today.
This bitch still hasn't called me, and it's been an hour.
There is no donation goal today. My goal is getting a fucking root canal before I get on that plane. But if I can't get a root canal, the pills. The pills, the pills, the pills. Give me the pills, goddamn you.
I can get my drill bit out, and we can do it live.
Or just make me a fucking sandwich and just...
Great idea. You know those big...
Just eat all fucking day?
You know those big pink erasers we have to buy the kids for school?
That's what I call your vagina, by the way. The big pink eraser.
What does it erase?
All the problems.
Oh. No, you could just chew on one of those big erasers.
Oh, there you go.
It's kind of gummy. It's pressure.
Exactly. Just a little pressure.
You don't have to eat anything.
Now, somebody made a very terrible joke when we were talking about garbage. They said, why would you need to take out the garbage? It already comes on Wednesday. That is hurtful. Hey, Dinosaur Fuel, could you quit fucking around and leaning on your phone, or we're going to have to time out you, buddy. I'm just letting you know, if you're listening to the show right now, please be forewarned. You probably don't know this, but your phone is typing and sending fucked up nonsensical messages. Max says, if Corey could stop tanking the ratings, you guys could afford 4 days in Vegas. That's not very nice. Look, maybe it's the day of the week that Wednesday is.
It's just a tough day.
It's just a tough day of the week.
It's midweek.
That's all. So, hey, last week there was this big news story. And it's funny that this story came out today before we left because don't say sorry, I'm a Jew. What does that have to do, Dinosaur Fuel? It's funny that this story came out this week because remember we've been doing this bit about like when Jews get attacked in the streets of New York or when Asians were getting attacked in the streets of New York. And for like a day, the news would be like, oh, racism, bigotry, all this. And then when in the evening news, when the surveillance camera footage came out, we saw who was committing the crimes.
Yeah.
The media went, anyway, on to something else. Not going to worry about it.
That wasn't important.
You know how we were doing that as satire? We were kind of making a joke.
Of course.
Well, last week, somebody was painting swastikas on the rainbow crosswalks in Atlanta. So they said, LGBTQ hate. This is awful. This is a terrible crime. This shows that homophobia and white supremacy is alive and well in the United States. Well, April, I am glad to say, although you wouldn't have heard about it on CNN or MSNBC,
okay,
they caught the guy who was doing it.
Oh, good. No.
They caught the guy who was putting the swastikas on the gay crosswalks.
Oh,
they
gotta
found
be a
him.
white guy, right?
Well, it's it would be this gentleman.
That's not right.
I can't imagine why this story just went away.
Why didn't we hear about this?
I mean, I was hearing about this last week, boy, and it was dangerous to the LGBTQ community. It was problematic. They're facing so many hardships right now, and now they got this shit going on, and we need to find this person and make an example of him and let people know that homophobia has no home here. Shame the person who did it. Show me the person who did it.
Ding, ding.
All right, we got to go to commercial break, and when we come back, January 6th, terrible, terrible thing, and we need to arrest all the people who have ever walked by there.
And Trump is the ringleader, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Not the B writes, CNN, whoops, let's just let that story die. Yeah, even the link they put up here, they had to go to foxnews.com. Now,
of course.
See, Fox is the opposite of CNN and MSNBC. If it's a black guy, they go, push it to the fucking moon. Look, black guy, white people are innocent, white people...
She's calling me.
Oh, good. My dentist is calling, guys. This could be very good news. Even if it's drugs, it's great news. Give me the best they have. Spare no expense at making sure my vacation is not spent with me rotting in agonizing dental pain today. That would be good. Are you guys excited? You guys excited to hear what the prognosis is for my tooth? I mean, look, I love doing this show. I think you guys are great. Thank you to everyone who's chipped in today, even though we don't have a goal. I appreciate that. But I will be very honest with you. I hope that the call that we're getting here is you have an appointment in 15 minutes and we need to leave now. Somebody says the prognosis is you're gay. Hey, now wait a minute. I don't. King Kong Dong says, fucking Derek Chauvin, that shit. Put your knee on that story's neck. Jesus Christ, man. We're drinking already? Al says, I'm rooting for your canal. Yeah. See what he did with the... Michael B says, cum will fix it. Well, that's not fair. Cum fixes everything. Troubled relationships, root canals, the whole thing. Gordy is saying that my root is very... beta. I would agree with him. Small Town Gal says we're all very invested at this point. Silverwolf says, I can't believe the nerve of your tooth. This is fucking ridiculous. Hey, guys, stop me if you've heard this one before. The people who are starting to get the monkeypox vaccines now, guess what they're starting to experience? That's right. Breakthrough cases. Hey. The World Health Organization is reporting breakthrough monkeypox cases. Says that the vaccines are not 100% effective. Oh, man. Who could have saw that coming? Not me. I tell you what. I can't believe that this rarely used monkeypox vaccine doesn't work 100% of the time. You know what? I think that's kind of unfair to the monkeypox vaccine because there's a chance that some of these guys with these breakthrough cases are butt fucking so hard that it just breaks right through the vaccine. Imagine how, I will say though, I feel bad for the gay guys who got the vaccine because think about this. They're worried there's this new monkeypox going around. It's only infecting gay men who have sex with multiple partners. And then all of a sudden you get this vaccine and you're like, yay, time to fuck. And you're just going to go out and you're going to fuck that butthole, that mouth, that armpit, whatever you're into. Because you think you're protected. All bets are off. Nope. You caught yourself a breakthrough case. And not the good kind of breakthrough that you wanted, but break through your vaccine. Son of a bitch. You know, it's like a failed vasectomy. Adam says up to 100% effective. God, is that what you would do? Says Jasper. No, I'm not saying that's what I would do if I got the monkeypox vaccine. I would not just go start tagging ass all over the place, and I would not fuck an armpit. But I can understand the urge. Triple N says the monkeypox vaccine came out so fast they couldn't have ironed all the kinks out. I feel like there's a lot of puns in there. Speaking of guys who is having a lot of problems with his dick, Nick Cannon is having his 10th kid. Congratulations, Nick. Good on you, buddy. Nick Cannon is the gift that keeps on giving, and in his case, that gift is children. Yeah, I mean, if the gift is cum, then Nick Cannon is definitely the gift that keeps on giving. He is a cum-slinging son of a bitch, that Nick Cannon. The guy is having another baby, number 10. Cannon broke the news Wednesday with his latest partner. This time, it's ex-girlfriend and already established baby mama, Brittany Bell, who's carrying his new kid. They did a maternity shoot together, and Brittany Bell's quite far along. In the 3rd trimester, it would seem. Oh, shit. So, Nick Cannon broke up with this girl, kept fucking her, and knocked her up. Wow. Uh-oh. What are we finding out? What do we know?
Give me a second.
All right, April's keeping us all in suspense here about my rotten fucking mouth. What's up?
Okay, so there's 2 places.
First of all, can I say this? Max with a very funny line. The Crips are going to be huge in 15 years. All right, go ahead.
Oh my God. So there's 2 places. They're endo something.
Endometriosis.
I don't know. They've been trying to call 2 places. They finally got a hold of one, and they don't have room for you until later today, so that doesn't work. But the other one, they keep trying, and they just opened, and they're thinking that they're just really busy opening up today. So she said she's going to try to call, but she is.
This is fucking terrible news.
She has sent 2 prescriptions to our pharmacy that we're going to pick up. And if anything changes, she will call immediately.
All right.
And she said that she's going to call at 11, either way, to let us know, like, hey, we couldn't do it today, or hey, let's go do this.
And she's saying that she sounded, now be honest with me, she sounded very confident that the drugs would make us comfortable.
No, she stressed that it should help, but she's like, I want to stress this should, like probably. So they're still trying. They're still trying to call that other place. I think the other place just opened at 8:30. So that's only 9 minutes in. So there's a chance that they've just been really busy opening up the place.
It feels so good. I just do that. Oh.
Either way, you've got medication.
Yeah.
So I can go get that pretty much anytime.
Yeah, the medication's got to help because, like, yesterday I had hours and hours I would go without any pain.
One of them is
so it's not like just boom in one day all of a sudden I'm a fucking wreck.
One of them is a steroidal, and I think the other one's like a similar to a Z-Pack.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking roid up my tooth, bitch. Rip that fucking thing out myself. I'll just take a steroid and go, I'm gonna take a Black & Decker drill and just drill it the fuck out of there.
When I was upstairs, I did happen to see King Kong Dong's like, why is April taking your tooth phone calls?
It's my...
I kind of found myself thinking that too. I'm like, I'm doing all of this.
Who's going to host the show?
That's true.
If I'm sitting here writhing in tooth pain.
Well, and to be fair, the person that usually is struggling a lot maybe isn't going to be super great on the phone at the time either. So that's why I called early this morning. You just seem to think... I think you think I handle those type of phone calls better anyways.
You came into this update a lot more optimistic than the news you gave me.
This one?
This news was not what I'd consider awesome.
I think it's awesome that either way you have the medication. That was our fallback.
Yeah, the medication. The medication will get me through the week.
And the
for the vacation.
The other point of optimism is that other place has barely been open for 10 minutes. Maybe they don't have time to take the call yet.
I definitely don't see them being able to take me in the next hour and 20 though. I got till
I don't know.
I got like after 10 o'clock it gets way too close to nut cutting time, I think.
I think if you got in at 10:30 at the latest, you'd be fine. If this thing takes an hour, you're out of there in 45 minutes early then.
So what's our absolute cutoff? 10:30?
They're going to make that call because they know how long it's going to take.
Okie dokie.
Endodontist, that is the correct word.
Endodontist, that's what I'm getting?
I believe so.
Endodontist. No, that's
a specialist.
No, that's a dinosaur. An endodontist.
What did that one eat? What did it do?
Oh. Yeah, I'm starting to be really uncomfortable.
Can I get you anything?
No.
Something to chew on?
I'm all right. I just want to make sure I do a good enough show for everybody. We might go until about 9:30 today. We'll see. That's why, again, that's two reasons we didn't ask for a goal today. One, because of our schedule, we weren't going to be able to go till 10:30 today. And number two, when I woke up with this tooth thing, I'm like, I'm gonna need the flexibility to pull the plug.
Yeah.
Whenever I need to today. And you know what? I think we might end up pulling the plug in about the next half hour or so. But thank you guys very much for being with us today. We have a show tomorrow. I've got one scheduled, ready to go, 4.5 hours.
Yes, very
And then
funny.
on Monday, I've got like a 4-hour and 45-minute show. If we do have time, like if I don't end up going to the dentist today, I will upload the Iowa show for Saturday. But if I end up going to the dentist or the endodontist today, then we will. I won't be able to get that in. This Finnish prime minister, this lady we're finding out more and more about her, and she is a fucking partier, man.
The what do you even call that type of partying? Because it didn't look fun.
Like college sophomore soft lesbian
It was
partying.
Pretty gay.
Yeah. Finnish Prime Minister Sanna Marin expressed regret after a photo of two topless women kissing at her summer home was leaked on social media.
You're expressing regret? Everyone's going to want to come to your parties now.
Everyone's going to think your parties are awesome.
Way
you
better.
should ditch this lame-ass politics job and just party more.
Just host parties,
Yeah. The image shows two young women lifting their shirts as they kiss with a sign saying Finland covering their breasts. Marin is not seen in the image. All right, she was filming. The photo was reportedly taken in the bathroom of the Prime Minister's 1873 luxury villa.
Sounds nice.
I think the picture is not appropriate. I apologize for it. Such a picture should not have been taken, said Marin of the end. How about you're an adult and you can do whatever the fuck you want?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it got leaked. That kind of sucks, but oh well.
I'm leaking pus.
Aaron's
out
put
of my
my
nerve.
nudes out before.
Accidentally, of course, reflected in a window, but what can you do?
What a weird thing.
We were using the sauna facilities and the garden area, but we did not spend time inside the house, although the downstairs guest toilets were in use, Marin said. That's just fucking weird. Clips of the 36-year-old prime minister partying with Finnish celebrities exploded on social media following last week's leaks. Critics urged her to take a drug test following the incident, and she complied. I mean, let's not pretend that a 30-something drinking and partying with people is this weird thing where you got to prove you're not on coke.
Yeah, I feel like
you're allowed to go out, listen to
everyone's
listen to some music and party and drink a little bit.
I think so.
Without having to prove to people you're not on H.
Are you all supposed to be prudes?
Yeah, I think it's fine. April is an executive assistant, not a secretary, you bigot. See what I mean about not really being able to go very long into these stories today? I don't.
Yeah, I'm never going to criticize how you run a show, but you are really kind of quick hitting
scattershot
today.
Yeah. I'll let you know now, guys. I think we burned through those 8 o'clock stories in like a half hour.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, or the 7 o'clock stories.
What did you do
like
while I
half
was
hour.
gone?
Did the Nick Cannon thing. That was
That
about it.
guy and his dick need to get it. I'm thinking at this point that he's like going for some kind of record at this point. Like he's going to keep having kids and he doesn't care anymore.
He's like one of those religious guys who thinks that you got to be fruitful and multiply. You got to go out there and fuck and have babies and
With everyone though?
dude, that's gonna but financially, that's gotta
That's what I
wreck you.
think. That
I know he's made a shitload of money in his day.
He still has a TV show, but man, at some point, like that money's going to get spread out between so many women for all the kids.
Yeah.
Like you're going to be in big trouble.
What are you doing, Step Bro? Says, when did that whole mirror thing happen? Asking for a friend. 2 years ago when we were on this same vacation that we're going on here, I took a picture of the Strip from our hotel room.
We were in the MGM Grand.
We were in the MGM Grand, and I wanted to take a picture of the Strip and put it up on the Steel Toe Morning Show Facebook page. I did, and April was changing in the background, and it was reflected in the mirror, and
in the window, actually.
her boobies and the window.
It was a full body reflection
her
in the window.
boobies and vagina were out.
So some of the lovely listeners decided to see it.
I
first.
was able to delete it, but it was up for about a good 45 minutes or so. Whoopsies. Max Flowers says, I still have the screenshot. Wonderful. Wonderful. Citizen M says, 9:30, are you fucking kidding me? On 9/11, a worker from Ron and Fez literally snuck in onto the shutdown subway train to make it on air. Well, I bet you he didn't have a toothache that day.
no toothache, just 9/11.
There was, it was just 9/11. He didn't have a toothache, for fuck's sake. Oh, boy. Yeah, I think about 9 o'clock.
Maybe I'll leak one of yours this year.
Oh, that would be fun. Everyone wants to see my cock and tits, for sure.
I'll just leak a poolside picture.
Yeah. I think about 9 o'clock Central Time, we're going to call it here, guys.
All right.
I'm not doing any worse than I was, but it's just the constant throbbing and then trying to do a show is getting kind of difficult.
Here's kind of a cool idea.
And I do want to go get my drug. My drugs will probably be ready by then.
Yes.
I want to stop at 9. I want to go get my drugs and I want to rest.
That way you can feel like you have a plan at least.
Yeah.
I think a lot of anxiety comes from not having a plan on something.
I definitely want to. Now that I found out I have a prescription coming.
I got 2 prescriptions for you.
Yeah, I want to go to the pharmacy and I want to get those pills and I want to shove them right up my asshole. If that makes them.
You're just going to take them anally.
Whatever makes them work faster. You know?
A cool idea for you guys, since we're dipping out, looks like an hour and a half early almost.
Hour early.
There's so much stuff on our channel that you could go back a few weeks even and maybe rewatch a fun episode or something. Get through your Thursday.
I've also got something debuting. I'll move it up to 10 o'clock. It was going to debut at 11.
Okay.
I'll put a clip up for, I'll have that go up at, what time did I just say? 10? I'm sorry. I'm really fucking struggling over here.
It's obvious we need to go. That's okay.
Go get my fucking pills.
We're going to figure it out.
And we will be okie dokie. All right, here we go. This is, where's my premiere? We're August 26th, August 25th. Here it is. How do I change that schedule?
Jesus, tomorrow we've been married a year somehow.
Tomorrow is April and I's 1 year anniversary. All right, well, it looks like
wedding anniversary, yes.
Yeah, it looks like the Stuttering John clip is going to be debuting at 11. I'm not going to sit here and figure out how to.
Boy,
you
need to go.
I do.
I do feel bad. That sucks.
Citizen M says, I'm clipping this humiliation for Red Bar. Citizen M, calm the fuck down, okay? Take her
show
easy.
Host gets toothache.
First of all,
leave show.
Red Bar got sick. He left for a year, all right? I'm cutting out an hour early because my tooth hurts. Thank you very much, Citizen M.
What time are you cutting out for your toothache?
9?
No, 2:30.
Oh, 2:30. I see.
It's back to Tuesday with dad jokes.
Oh, fuck. All right, let's do one more story, and we'll get the fuck out of here. Thank you guys very much for hanging in here with us. I know it wasn't the worst show. Look, I'm not sitting here saying we did a dog shit job, but I know it wasn't the best I could have given you.
It's been interesting.
I woke up this morning in a considerable amount of pain, and again, I'm going to say that I'm not getting in for a root canal today, but I am getting some fucking drugs.
That's kind of how I like to think. I like to expect that I'm not getting the best case scenario and be excited when maybe I get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to see how they're going to fuck Portland up even more?
Can you?
Here you go, guys.
We're learning a lot more about which Oregon cities will ask their voters to make a decision on magic mushrooms. Last month, K2's Christina Giardinelli checked in with all of Oregon's 36 counties and brought you the state's first comprehensive map showing which counties will send the decision to voters.
Voters are now going to get to decide if Oregon is legalizing magic mushrooms. You know, I think a state that's overrun by homeless people, stupid hippies who don't understand how the world works, and general just unbearable fucking people should start taking psychedelics on top of it.
Don't you have to have money to buy them first?
I don't know. I mean, once they're legal, they'll be everywhere, so a homeless person can just steal them.
I guess it's
and
legal.
Then you can have all these homeless people living in Coleman tents also tripping balls on mushrooms.
So stealing's not illegal anymore, so why even call it stealing?
Yeah.
Being homeless is just called being an urban camper.
Right.
And you can just wander the streets doing magic mushrooms now.
Exactly. Sounds like a great place to go if you don't have any plans.
Why wouldn't you go here?
Live now in Salem with information on how Oregon cities and counties are handling this decision. Christina, what can you tell us?
Well, what I can tell you for certain is that when it comes to magic mushroom ballot measures, Oregon's is...
Say that 3 more times.
That was a mouthful.
Say magic mushroom ballot measures.
Magic mushroom ballot measures. Magic mushroom ballot measures. Magic mushroom ballot measures. Magic mushroom ballot measures.
Ah, see, I knew it. I knew you were going to get... You're going to kind of stumble on it at some point.
I'd make you try, but you
magic
have a
mushroom
toothache.
ballot measures. Mushroom magic mallet
Mallet
measures.
It's going to look a lot like a checkerboard come November. That's because 26 different counties have already decided to send this back to voters. And within those counties themselves, a few different cities saying they want to move forward with psilocybin treatments. Today, we're learning a lot more about what the most populated cities in Oregon will do.
Oh, wow. Do we even need to wonder what Portland's going to do?
Treatments?
Yeah, so apparently magic mushrooms can be really good for PTSD and depression.
Why? Because it takes you to another world where that didn't exist?
I think so, but I have heard that it does help with depression a little.
All right.
Oregon voters will have a lot of decisions to make this November, from electing a new governor to congressional races, and many will be asked to vote on psilocybin, also known as magic mushrooms, again.
26 counties and 57 cities have chosen to send an ordinance to the ballot.
Measure 109 was approved by Oregon voters in 2020. It legalizes the therapeutic use of magic mushrooms with some limitations. Sam Chapman, campaign manager for 109.
This is on-site use only. Psilocybin and psilocybin products can only be ingested at a licensed service center.
So
you have to go to a place to go trip balls.
So I'm guessing homeless is out then, right?
Yeah, well, it's going to be tougher for homeless people. I'm sure they thought of that when they put it on the ballot. They were like, if we just let people walk around with this shit, we're going to have a bunch of homeless weirdos just tripping balls
Dude,
all over.
It's going to look like The Walking Dead at some point.
Yeah.
Why are we voting on this issue again? The measure allowed counties and cities to opt out by sending the question back to their voters. Some, like Clackamas, Deschutes, Clatsop, and Jackson, are doing so even though their voters already said yes in 2020. To complicate matters even more, county decisions only affect the unincorporated areas. Cities will get to make their own decisions.
So wait a minute. A county can vote to legalize magic mushrooms, but if a city inside the county doesn't, then it's illegal.
Right.
But if a city makes it legal and a county makes it illegal, then the city can still make it legal?
I don't know if it goes both ways.
Jesus Christ, I don't know. I mean, why is everything in the state so fucked up?
Why try in that state? Just kind of let it go at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
And some are taking the opposite approach from their county. Grants Pass City Council member Vanessa Oger.
The substance is being hailed as a breakthrough treatment to many people who otherwise are treatment resistant.
Well, Grants Pass went against Josephine County commissioners by allowing therapeutic use of psilocybin without sending it back to voters. McMinnville did the opposite by sending it back to voters, even though Yamhill County will allow it.
I'm lost.
I am too. It's really hard to follow. No offense, like what your laws are anymore.
What a silly state. Like, imagine Oregon is such a fucked up state that they're even making legalizing magic mushrooms boring as shit.
That is super shitty. And then I'm kind of confused on Minnesota too. I keep getting these notifications that there's like THC gummies and all this bullshit coming out here, or Minnesota's making this THC ice cream. What is with this THC shit when it's not legal?
We legalized like a certain level of THC. Like Minnesota's another one of those states with really dumb fucking weed laws. You can have all the CBD stuff, you can have all that stuff, and then part of that bill was in 2022 we're going to make a certain amount of THC concentration legal, but we're still not gonna let you smoke it, but you can put it in a gummy. Or
so you want to go to the pool, but you only want to dip your big toe in? Like, why not just go all in on this?
What Minnesota did was we legalized pot while keeping it illegal.
That's stupid.
It's exactly what we did. So congratulations. You can have some weed gummies, but if you try to roll the plant in paper and smoke it, you're a piece of shit. So yeah,
it is hard to keep up.
We can't really shit on Oregon, can we?
No, we're confusing too.
Yeah. Minnesota legalized 5 milligrams THC, but certain cities' mayors are saying they will make it illegal in their city. Yeah, see.
I think we're safe here in St. Cloud.
It's just, Taylor Swift has been sued, saying that her book Lover, her album Lover, was stolen from someone's book. A woman named Teresa Ladart has filed a suit against Taylor Swift, claiming she and her company lifted crucial elements of her own published work, a 2010 book called Lover that includes poems, anecdotes, and photos for Taylor's 2019 album called Lover. Well, should we take a look?
I think so.
Should we see if Taylor Swift stole from somebody?
Hell yeah.
I'll say this. I saw it yesterday. I think this is a bunch of bullshit. It is a different font. It is a different type of picture.
Same color scheme.
Hardly. They put the same filter over it. Oh my God, what are the odds? What do you own that filter?
Oh, I'm not saying she stole.
I don't think she stole.
I think it could be a coincidence that they use the same colors and all that.
Taylor Swift went to your dog shit poetry book and went, you know what? That's my album.
You know how I see this? If you're going to sue someone and you have like something resembling a quality argument, why not sue her? Because she's got all the money.
Yeah.
And they might just, pay you to shut you up.
That's
kind of what I see out of that.
She did not steal that at all. Michael B says, Ladart, never trust a Ladart. Yule Gibbons says, I ate some shrooms a week ago. Some things are a little more vibrant. I felt amazing, but I didn't see shit that wasn't there. Didn't go to space. It was just a good buzz.
I had a coworker it'd be 2 jobs ago. I had a coworker and she was a few years older than me with 3 young kids, and one of her daughter's bedrooms has butterflies on the wall, and she said that she used to take mushrooms and go sit on the bed. Obviously, the kid wasn't there, and the butterflies would go around the wall and stuff, and it was just kind of a fun feeling.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
The butterflies would just fly around.
So it's not like you're seeing something that's not there. It's just they're kind of doing things.
everything's a little more vibrant.
Yeah.
So to speak. Australia is going to end loans for new gas and diesel cars and only give you loans for electric vehicles.
Well, that's hit the United States somewhere, too. Did you get the thing I sent you?
What?
California has now banned the sales of gasoline-powered vehicles. I sent that to you from Newsbreak.
California.
Mm-hmm. I think this was a Rolling Stone article.
Powered vehicles. California to ban the sale of new gasoline cars. So you can, by 2035. Okay, so in the next 13 years, California is going to completely phase out.
I didn't hear that part, but
gas-powered cars. Well, you know what this is? This is one of those things where, California being as big as it is, you might think, like, if Idaho did this, Idaho would be isolated and they wouldn't get any gas-powered cars. This is one of those moves where an economy as big as California's might actually change the way the auto industry behaves. They might go, well, we're going to make less gas-powered cars. It's not worth it. We can't even sell them in one of the biggest markets in the country.
Dodge is doing that now. Dodge, the owner, had said at one point that he would never promote an electric vehicle, and now they're canceling the Charger and Challenger lines starting next year, I believe, and starting to promote electric vehicles.
Wow. All right. Yeah, they're trying to get, we still want gas-powered vehicles and we want lower gas prices, but they're going to they're doing the old Longshanks from Braveheart. If we can't get them out, we'll breed them out. They're just going to try and force us out. Like, we'll just make it so nobody makes gas vehicles and then you can't have them.
Want to hear the bitch of it? I also saw a study this morning that electric vehicles' average price is at the highest it's ever been right now, at an average of $66,000 per vehicle.
Yeah, if you guys don't like the gas prices, why aren't you just buying those? All right, guys, I got to take off. My mouth is killing me, and we got some drugs that are available to us now. We're going to go to the pharmacy. We're going to get those drugs. I'm at least going to get this tooth patched up so we can go on vacation and I can enjoy myself. And I don't feel like shit. Because I got to tell you, if this is my next 4 nights, I'm not going to be doing so hot. Thank you guys for being here with us. Again, sorry we couldn't give you the best show possible, but I woke up with circumstances beyond my control.
You did your best.
April, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
And to the rest of you, we will talk to you tomorrow. We'll talk to you on Monday. And then April and I will be back live on Monday evening at 7 o'clock. Talk to you then.